rhomboid table, not round or square or triangle. We come to hang at the game on Fridays as we're able. We play well here in Camelot, we are chums and fun, but Camelot. We're hanging at the rhomboid table, our host is formidable. He runs his train, lots insane, but sure he's quite unstable. He's automatic in Camelot, but seems never to have done a lot. Label, quite incomprehensible. No wrench in hand, we have no plan but to sit and hear Dutch babble. It's a lazy time in Camelot.
I have to shake my bum a lot.
This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the expressed written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
See it, you'll love it, and it's all done in the best possible way.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Knights of the Rhomboid Table Grand Meeting Hall, known as my basement and my layout. I hope all you fellow Knights of the Rhomboid Table are fine. Me, I can't even keep track of what day it is or what month it is. This bathroom renovation project has just been kind of all-consuming. It's going relatively well. I actually put in a couple of tiles before I came down here. I've tried to get some of the joint or the mastic off, but yeah, my fingers are a little dirty today. I shouldn't be touching my trains. Anyhow, I hope you're all well. Let's go straight in and see who's here. Man, I need a trim. Okay, we have Sir Tim of Dowd, the CEO of the Knights of the Rhomboid Table. Sir Scott of Balcurvey Junction. Sir Chuck Schreiber is here. Great to have you here. We got Sir Greg from Great Northern, a great friend of the channel. We got Sir Andy, the hot dog pilot. I caught your response to mine, so I'm going to wrap it up and ship it out. Probably not till Monday because the post office will be closed by the time this live stream is over. Sir Ifo Fanzon is here. Sir Jean of Ricard, who has had some surgery this week and is recovering. So our best wishes to you, as I'm sure all the Knights. I won't go into his private detail, but he's had some surgery, and he's recuperating. Sir Andy from March West Junction. The Royal Barkeep is here. Sir Mick from Edgeley Park Station, as we look forward to another season of Liverpool, although their performances here in the U.S. on their tour have been less than inspiring. Sir Clive and Newland Railway, great couple of videos this week. You've got so much on your plate. Yeah, you're getting so much done. I know your videos are post-dated quite a bit, but all I can do, I'm powerless. All I can do is keep wishing you the best and just admire what you're doing. You're a hell of a man. Sir KJ, Roller and Blue is here. Sir Dave from Scott Rails is here. Some great videos. I've been watching videos in the background, but not walking over and commenting. But I've been trying to listen or watch. Dave was building a bridge today. I was watching that while I was doing some woodwork in the bathroom. And not the way you're thinking it, you naughty children. So anyhow, we got Sir Tom of Couples is here. Great to have you, our Sergeant at Arms. Sir Tom Houston is here. And Sir Eric and Sir Billy and Sir Opa and Dame Cara from Von Don Eisenbahn all in the background. Anybody else? There were some people that were here earlier and were chatting and I've missed. So they either saw me come on and abandon ship or they just haven't chatted in a bit. I'm going to scroll back and see if there's anybody I specifically missed. We had Sir Josh Cannon and we had GER 2057. And I think that is all I have seen on my list so far, although we have a lot of people. Muchas gracias. I was piecing by your door. Sir Greg from Midsummer Rail is here. Glad to see you've been able to get a couple of videos out this week. Again, I'm trying to watch videos while working, but it's hard because I really have to focus on what I'm doing. I am very good at what I do as long as I'm 100% focused on what I do and not mildly distracted. I can easily be a school of measure 4 times, cut 5 times, which has happened a couple of times. But I'm trying at least to keep viewing. I just don't have time to sit down. I did have a little time this Wednesday. I got done with the final cement board, backer board. Everything was done. There was nothing to do. It was like 6 o'clock. Joyce said, let's do dinner. We did dinner. And then I was like, oh, I've got to set up a live stream. And I went downstairs and sitting on my siding was that new Märklin Loco I've had for about 12 days and haven't messed with. So I took all the trains off the track from last week's live stream, which I normally do on Sunday or Tuesday, but I plead busy. And the tracks were empty. And my brain's like, the tracks are empty. Let's just mess with it. Let's see what happens. So instead of setting up my live stream Wednesday night, I tested and played with that new Märklin steamer, which you will not see today. I know normally I show up, but I already had plans for this week. So maybe next week if I can get a couple of things working. But yeah, so if you saw the video, it worked. It pulled the coaches. Definitely still had a little bit of slowdown and slippage going up the incline. I probably need to clean that incline a bit. I cleaned my track about 2 months ago, so that area probably is due for a scrubbing as opposed to just a cleaning. And then Thursday, I had Joyce and I took yesterday off. I could have started tiling, but I have to rent a tile cutter, and it wasn't available until Saturday. So I did a little bit of electrical work yesterday and a little bit of wood cutting again for some furniture we're putting in. And so I set up my live stream. And I wound up not watching Cayenne because Cayenne was not feeling well. So Cayenne, it's probably not watching right now. But Bud, I missed you yesterday. But it was also kind of nice to have a day off because I didn't really do a lot of work in the bathroom. And it was just slow pace, clean up, and work on some things. And then this morning, I started working again, doing some touch-ups in areas that are finished. And now the big job is tiling. We got to tile, grout, and then final paint touch-ups and baseboards, wall trim, and then we're done. Hey, Sir Chris from Go Via Go Home. How are you? Nice to have you in here. Yeah, there's that too, Tom Houston. Very much that too. Measure once, cut once, and then have to buy another board. The thing is, I had a dad who kind of beat into me, and I use that term literally, doing things a certain way. And so I really do try hard not to mess up. And I will cut, if I need 23 inches, I will cut 23 and an eighth and see if I need to cut back more, because I don't trust slide rules and even my squares. I've got a square that is not square. I've got a T-square that clearly is off. So I've stopped using it. I've gone to my 8-foot T-square, which I know is true 90, as opposed to my little 3-foot T-square, or I'm sorry, 2-foot T-square, which is not a true 90. Ugh, that was annoying as hell. But yeah, getting everything in place, getting everything done, all good. We are doing well. So the big job starts tomorrow. Hopefully I will be done with this project Sunday night. Hopefully I'll be all done. That includes little touch-ups and fix-ups. The counter people came in yesterday to measure for the counter over the vanities. They said that'll take 2 to 3 weeks. So my job will be done. And then I have to call the plumbers to see if they'll come in and hook up the shower, but not the sink, because we can't hook up the sink because we don't have counters, because the counter people took 2 weeks to send somebody out to measure. And then, yeah. So anyhow, you don't care about all that. Yeah, I need a square to check my square, KJ. Yeah, an italic T-square. But yeah, I've done enough remodeling and renovation, both with my parents when they would always remodel parts of houses or family houses. It was sort of like a Amish barn building. When somebody was rebuilding a room in their house, everybody came over, and the elders taught the youngers the skills. And then I did work. Joyce's dad owned a property, and Joyce's dad, like my dad, was a guy, jack of all trades, knew his plumbing, knew his electrical, knew this. And I would do work for him. And he confided in Joyce a few times. He was quite impressed with, he didn't think an academic like me could do construction work. And he was a little impressed with a few things I did. But yeah, so anyhow, what am I running today? Well, I'm risking it all today. I have set up trains, but I have not run them in. So who knows what to expect today. And I'll catch up with comments in a couple of minutes here. But so in lane 1, I haven't run this guy in quite a while. Saw a bunch of these this year in Germany. The IC2 pulled by a 146.5 locomotive. So we're going to put this guy in motion. I have not run this guy in quite a while. And then in lane 2, I've got another 249. I ran a 249 last week in the Märklin livery. This is just your standard DeutscheBahn livery. And he's pulling the container train. So I'm going to start things up a little slower today and just watch and see if they could complete a circuit. And I didn't leave. I double checked all my turnouts, tried to make sure the turnouts were good, that nothing was left open, but gremlins can happen. Sometimes the gremlins are invisible little demons. Sometimes it's this brain forgetting. Okay, let me see. Rheinbacher Pilz. Ooh, I can go for a Rheinbacher Pilz. Yeah, we got some rain this week, but it'd been a while. Very good. And so now we've got a little check. You can go anytime you want now. His lights and sound's working, but he's not moving. There, no. Dude, get going. That might take him a second. All right, running in line 4 while I'm waiting for line 3 to get his kit and caboodle in motion. His lights are on. I'm just waiting for them to start moving. Sometimes it takes a second or 5. Huh. Anyhow, hey, Srathy Borden, how are you? So anyhow, in line 4, while I'm waiting for line 3 to see if it's ever going to work, I've got a Class 03, and he's pulling a Rheingold Heritage train. So let's see. I should have everything ready to go here. It's a little steamer for the people who like their steamers. Not sure why my Czech Vectron. That is one that I did run a bit, but now he doesn't want to run. You're getting too much into that Australian accent there, Andy. Well, if you don't get going, I'm going to have to change your loco here in a minute. Let's see. We got a 186 pulling some tarpaulin wagons and some other hoppers. And then way in the back, I got a little DHG 700. And he's eager to go light speed today. So anyhow, let me see why this guy doesn't want to get going. I'm going to wait 5 minutes. I'll wait 5 minutes and then yank him out. I turn the sound on and he's doing the warm-up sound, which means he might be. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to wait that long. Sorry, dude. You lost your chance. You didn't want to do your job. You don't get to play. So who do I put in your place? Well, let's put this guy on. Now, where did I set my re-railer? I was just using it. Did I leave it down there? Yes, I did. I left it down there. All right, now a little live loco change, and let's see which one was he on. He was on line 3, so come on, 101. Which 101 are you? 003-2. All right, there we go. Now we got everybody in motion. All right, sorry about that. You've had too much rain in your area, Chris? Sorry, Chris, no Northlander. Usually with so many trains I've got, they run maybe once every 2-3 months. Certain trains get run more often because they're particular favorites of mine. But nope, I didn't run the Northlander today. Next week, I'm planning on running a few Steam Expresses, including that Orient Express and this Rheingold group of cars with a different loco. Hey, Sir Jeff is here. Seen you put up a couple of videos and live streams. I've missed everybody's live stream the last 2 weeks. I'm hoping beginning Monday, I'll be able to catch up with everything. I've been watching videos the last couple of days, just trying to catch up, but not commenting. So let's go to a different camera. Who's where? Let's go to that one. Slightly different angle. Oh, and I got to do the bottom. So now that I finally got the top sorted out, on the bottom, sorry, no British UK stock today. I have an Australian tram if it will stay railed. I started putting that on about 2:15, and it was about 2:48 where I finally got it on the rail, staying on the rail. But that's that little Tangera. And then I'm running the Thalys from the Netherlands again. And this dude stopped. Oh my goodness. This Aussie is being an Aussie. Oh, you already derailed. One loop and derailed. Well, you know what? I think I'm done with the Aussie today. I fought it too much today. I'm too tired to fight with it today. I'm just going to leave it there. Sorry, guys. It's just going to have one train down on the bottom today. Yeah, that Aussie just keeps derailing. The power. It's either the car in front of the power or the power. So I fought with it for half an hour before the live stream. Finally got it going. It ran a couple laps. I thought good. First lap live, it derailed. I'm just not going to mess with it. Hey, John. Yeah, willing. Don't like climbing on the floor, but willing to climb on the floor if it's to try and rescue a train. I could probably try to put somebody on, but I just don't want to. I'm tired. I've been crawling in tight spaces and hammering and nailing and it sounds like a dirty movie, but it's all construction. And rolling train stock. So, yeah, I am running. I need to turn a couple of things on yet, but that's right. This one won't fire up, so I got to come over here and do it. Where are you? Where are you? I got to make sure I got him on the right way. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. I'm just checking lights on one of my vehicles. See if it's got the right directional lights on. Looks like it. My buses are moving. I haven't worked on this since April. I got to get in there, clean some things up, and fix a couple roads. The Fowler car system is working. I hate to keep announcing that. The Fowler car system is working. The only problem with it is I have a couple of bumps in the road where the bus either gets knocked derailed or gets stuck, and I have to fix the road. So it's no longer the motors or the wires. It's just smoothing the road out after I put the road tape in. And where there are seams, there are bump ups. And if I rip out the road tape, it rips out half the styrofoam with it. So it's a no-win proposition. So what I've been trying to do is just take a little bit of gray roadbed material, smooth stuff, and smooth it into these places to make it smooth without making it too high that the magnet can no longer read the wire below it. So I haven't worked on that in a while because I was trying to print some buildings. My printer acted up, and I had to rebuild the bus station. I rebuilt that, and I did some stuff, and then I got distracted with another project. And since I've been back from Germany, I've been doing other things, and now I'm in the middle of a bathroom rental. But the Fowler car system is working. The road has some issues before I can get the bus to run consistently. I just got to keep going through, and I haven't worked on it since either late March or early April. You'll be making a mess in your train room soon. I am not a train guru. I know a little bit about what I do, but most Märklin guys will say I have a lot more I have to learn, and I debate on whether I have to learn. There are things I don't need to learn, and there are things I would like to learn, but it's a hassle, like how to replace an entire circuit board and all the wiring in a modern model digital train to repair it when it burns out. I've got 3 locos that are dead right now because the circuit board, no, that's not right. 2 are dead because the circuit board, and 2 others are currently dead because of their decoders. Too hot? All right, where's the decline? We've got the incline test. Where's the decline test? To me, the decline's not an issue because the weight of the train will pull. I check the incline to see if they can handle it. But I don't know. I don't have the one. Well, I have the one camera I can show you, and hopefully you can hear me. Let's go to the least shown camera in this live stream. This guy right here, Village View. Where that train is now, that's the decline. Delmenhorst there, that is level. The incline comes up into Delmenhorst just like reality. The incline comes up, it levels out about right there where the train is. Delmenhorst is all level, and then the decline starts just into the corner. The decline starts there. You can see the Fowler, or not Fowler, the Woodland Scenics little things, and the decline ends right here. And now it's level again until it goes around the back. So here's the decline. So the incline starts. Let me see, is there a screen I could show? Yeah, let's bounce back and forth between these screens. So the incline starts here. It goes up at about a 2.5 to 3% grade. It's Woodland Scenics, 3% grade or 2% grade, but by the time you put everything in, it becomes closer to 3. So there is a little switch you can see right here. That's about where the incline starts. The switch is on the flat area, then right past it, the incline starts. It goes up, goes around, and then on the other side of Delmenhorst, it starts to come down, and then the decline. So really, line 2 is going up an incline right now. Line 2 is going up an incline, but for some reason, my trains don't have problems with the line 2 incline going up. So the container train just went up. And now as it hits the straightaway out of the corner, it'll start to go down. So right about there, it starts to go down, that container train in the back. So yes, I do have 2 inclines, but for some reason, and this goes against physics, it goes against physics. I'm sorry to bring science into this. It goes against physics, but for some reason, this decline, or if they're going the other way, the incline going up, the trains don't struggle as much. I don't know why, because it's got multiple curves on it. That should create more problems, because not only are you dragging it along the straight going up, you're dragging it through curves, which creates more pull. And yet, this guy doesn't, none of my trains seem to have a problem going that way. It's only that straight up incline in the back. Whoops. So yeah, it's really weird, KJ. It's really weird. I do have a couple of locos that, depending on how big a load you give them, do struggle a little bit going up. I just never run them on line 2. It is totally weird. It's totally weird. It totally goes against physics. But the locos that give me problems on the back one, not going the other way. I do like that shot. Yes, weird is the word of the day, but that's why I'm an outsider. Nothing works normal for me. Normal and me have been at loggerheads my entire life. I am abnormal. Everything about me is abnormal. No, Ipo, I did not do that. I have an incline measurement level. I've got a model train incline measurement that, and depending on where you put it, it's about 2.5 to 2.75 on that incline. And the areas where there's a difference are where I have boards over them to give a stronger surface. So I put like eighth of an inch plywood over the Woodland Scenics foam styrofoam incline decline makers, and where the 2 boards join or 3 boards join, dips have developed. I don't know why. They shouldn't have, but they did. Hey, sir, hi. I am sorry I missed your live stream and even a couple of the videos you've done. I've watched a couple of your videos recently. I just have not been able to comment because I'm either watching while working or my hands are covered in paint, mastic, caulk, wood, fiberboard, MDF, and all kinds of other dust. This has been a 10 to 14 hour a day project for the last 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, about 11 days, with yesterday being, I call it a day off. I did still do a little work, but yesterday was a day off. And my body collapsed. I did a couple of little things in the morning, had lunch. Joyce and I caught up with some housework in the afternoon. You know, we've been letting dishes go. We've been letting other things go. Did a little cleaning, getting rid of the tools we didn't need anymore. Since Wednesday, we were all done with the hard prep for the tiling. And I sat down in my chair and I started watching YouTube videos and I just went, ugh. And I was like in and out of sleep all evening, which I paid for because I woke up about 5:30 this morning and could not get back to sleep. But as it is, in my head, I solved a couple of problems I was concerned about. Like, nope, I'm going to do this way. I'm going to do this way. So it was constructive insomnia. Hey, Sir Lee, how are you? Oh, I hate that. Hey, Sir Raymond Lakes, how are you? Whoops, that jumped ahead too, just so I went to click on it. Oh, I hate it when that happens. I'm watching a live stream and you get an ad and then the ad sticks a permanent ad in the upper right-hand corner and drop. I just refresh the screen and that gets rid of the ad square. And to be honest, most of the times, if I refresh my screen as soon as the ad starts, it will actually skip the ad. But yeah, for Joyce and me, we've been talking about this. This has been the weirdest summer we've had. We did our usual travel, but 2 years ago, you know, Joyce and I have a routine, which is we get back from Germany and then we've got our kids' birthdays and the July 4th holiday. And then right after that, for the rest of the summer, it's tennis and kayaking. Tennis and kayaking. We go play tennis 3 days a week and we try to get out on the kayak once or twice a week with whatever else we want to do. Go to the zoo, go here, go there, day trip here, day trip there. And 2 years ago, we were playing tennis and Joyce tripped and fell and really messed up her leg. She had to go to the hospital and it took most of the summer to heal, but we were able to go kayaking 3 or 4 times that summer, but we didn't play the tennis. Last year, we played more tennis, but because of the drought, we didn't get out on the river as much as we'd like. This year, we played tennis 3 times and we haven't kayaked at all because we got back from Germany. It was a heat wave and it stayed a heat wave. We had the drought again. The river was low. And then we started prepping for this project. So we've done none other than the trip to Germany. And even the trip to Germany was more stress than we're used to. Normally the trip to Germany is a getaway from stress, which it was, but it had its stress, which we normally don't have to deal with. All the train issues, the train panics. It made the trip to Germany had some great moments, but we've come back. We're not like, woo, trip to Germany was, like we've done the last couple of years. It was a nice trip, but man, it didn't have as many big wows. It had a lot of big wows, but not as many as we're used to. And the level of stress with public transportation and trains was triple what we normally deal with. And we had some things like just bad timing. We went to Kiel. I've been wanting to go to Kiel for years. And so when we finally got up and went to Kiel, it was Kieler Volca. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, Kieler Volca, that was awesome. You see all the yachts. No, we wanted to see the market square and and it was just everything was covered with tents and pavilions and stages and sort of like carnival game booths everywhere. The main city park that's supposed to be so pretty, 2/3 of it was taken up with carnival tents and blah blah blah, drinking, because Kiel has a population of 260,000 people, but during Kieler Volca, 4 million people visit that place. That is a 1,600% increase in people in that town over a 9 to 10 day period. You go from 250,000 to over 4 million people visiting your city. So we went to Kiel and we just couldn't see anything. Everything was blocked with stages and tents and because if I'd known it was Kieler Volca, I wouldn't have scheduled us to go that time, but that's how our schedule fell. Like if we're going to go up into Schleswig-Holstein, here's when we go. We went to Schleswig and half the city was shut down because it was a triathlon going on. So the buses weren't running or were running only once every 2 hours instead of twice an hour. So we didn't get to go see some of the things we wanted to see in Schleswig. Flensburg was nice. We had a nice time in Flensburg. With Jean Ricard visiting us. We managed to check out a couple of really cool train shops, which I put videos on my channel. No, I have not developed a liking for freight trains, even though I'm running 3 of them today and one of them at warp speed, even though he's only supposed to be going 24 miles an hour. He's doing about 90. That's the problem with some of these 60906 decoders is that they put out the same power regardless of the size of the locomotive. So these little guys, a little power. But I do freight because I know so many of you people do freight. Now, I have acquired a lot of freight, and I've gotten to the point where it's like, okay, I want a coal train, and I got a hopper train, and a tanker train, and a container train, and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say I have a liking for it, but I have a desire to make my viewers, my friends, happy. Like, if I only run passenger trains, a lot of guys are like, oh, it's all passenger trains. So I try to include 1 or 2 freight trains every week for you guys. It's how much I care. Hey, Sir Randall, how are you? Freight Friday, catchy name. Hey, Sir Chris of the Valleys. Great to have you here. I'm sorry I didn't say hello earlier. Yeah, hi. You mentioned that the Rhine River, the Danube is so low that World War I and World War I ironclads are appearing from pre-World War I and during World War I along the Danube in Austria and into the former Yugoslavia. They're finding old World War I and World War II ships that were sunk for various reasons in that time period. So yeah, the water levels in Europe are drastically low. We actually had a spring that got us off the warning, and we've had 3 big storms this year in Toledo that have dumped an inch or more, but it's not quite getting into the river. The ground is so parched that even when we have heavy rain, very little of it flows into the creeks and rivulets down into the river. So the river is still low. And the 2 weeks the river was high enough that we could have gone kayaking in our normal space, 2 things happened. 1, we were having days of over 100 degrees. And 2, when we finally had some days in the 70s and 80s, some idiot company south of us, and the river flows south to north, dumped chemicals on a chemical spill that went into the river and killed thousands and thousands of fish. And our state board and game commission is like, oh, don't go swimming in the water too much, but you're okay to go in the water as long as you're not swimming underwater. And I'm like, fish are dying. And then geese are eating the fish and dying. Now, the official release is that, well, there was stuff in the chemicals into the river that took the oxygen out of the river, so the fish suffocated. So why are the geese and the other fish-eating birds dropping dead? And this is what we have now in this country. But that's all I'll say about that. Sorry. But no, so the one time we could have gotten out on our kayak, Joyce was like, we could, they're saying it's safe. And I'm like, hell no, the fish and the geese are dying. I'm not getting in the river. Because I don't get in water unless I can get into water. And I'm not about to jump in that water and watch my legs melt away. So yeah, it's just been horrible. And now we've had a drought for the last 5-6 weeks, and the water levels are low. That our usual, there's a couple areas we could still go and get in, but it's a bit of a hassle. And we're doing the bathroom project now. So it's just been, do I have a favorite type of freight train? No, I can't say. It's hard for me to have favorites out. I do have, like, the minute I start saying favorite passenger trains, like the Railjet, I go, yeah, but I love the ICE3s. The ICE3 is my favorite train, but the Railjet's the coolest. How do you balance that? How do you work with that? All right, let's get off this camera. I've been on this camera for a while. There's somebody moving slow. So I just go in moods. Like I'll go, well, I haven't run a tanker train in a while, so let me throw all these tankers on. And I bought 3 or 4 tanker wagons while I was in Germany because I wanted to build it up. I still want to get a modern era coal train. I've got some ore cars, but I guess I'd like to get an era 4 coal train and an era 6 coal train. But again, anytime I've had a chance to buy more cars, I've had an opportunity to buy something else I've wanted more. Oh, look, I can buy the Lufthansa Express train. Woohoo! Okay, forget buying those coal wagons. Hey, Sir Andy D, how are you? Old Puff Candy himself. They gave me 10 years because I puffed candy. Candy got 2 years when she puffed me. Oh, sorry. God darn it. Every time I go to click on a comment, the screen jumps up. Yeah, I know what that is. Tom and Tom. Yep, the 2 Toms. We got Tom Toms. But I guess in some ways, maybe my container freight train, just because it's my longest freight train, I've got enough of it that it doesn't look silly running in a full consist. And I've got other containers. I just need more flatbeds for them to go on. Two times for Sister Sarah. Clint Eastwood was in that, wasn't he? Or was it his unrecognized bastard brother, Tom Eastwood? But yeah, I am drawn. Again, the thing is, the disparity between what I like and what I'm not into, that gap has closed considerably. I am definitely a passenger train guy, but I don't mind running freight because I know so many of you guys run freight, and now I've acquired a lot of freight, so I do enjoy. And I've got some locos that are only freight locos, and the only time I would run them prototypically is with freight. So yeah, I've got that 159, that Suit Express 159, which I debated running today, and I didn't. Maybe I should have. But I'm no longer 100% passenger and don't care about freight. Now I care about freight. I was an Era 6 guy. I'm into Era 6, modern era only. And now I've got more steam locos than any individual type of loco. So I'm not as definitive. I prefer Era 6. That's the modern era. Anything, post 2000. But it's not the line's not as hard as it used to be. Some of my favorite new trains, like that TEE that's parked over here. I don't know what's the best one to show it. Yeah, you could just see the nose of it there. That TEE. That's one of my favorite new acquisitions. But then right next to it is the ICE4 and the Desiro, which are gorgeous, and I love those just as much. But that TEE is a classic. My World of Trains. Anthony's World of Trains. I guess it's my world. The 241A that you were telling me about earlier has been active a lot this year. Bummer. This is the year I could be looking on videos to see it, but that'd be cool to see. Because that's the thing. I always appreciated steam locomotives, not for how they look, but because of the work it took to build them. The work it took to build them. The man hours, the human hours. Mostly men, probably, but women too. Hey, Sir Dear Evans. I appreciate that. Low volume, you're on granddad duty. Oh, I understand that. And you've got multiples. I've got one and one on the way. But that one, it's a contest. I try to tire him out, and he tries to tire me out, and I think he wins. I'm trying to get them all wired up and running around the house and doing things, and then, okay, Opa needs a break. Can you watch it? Can you watch this for a little bit while Opa breaks? Nope, let's go, Opa. Oh, Kyan, I'm an old man. I need a break. Yeah, I am very pleased with it. I'm not super ecstatic because that would have been if it ran up the incline without any issues, but it's doing it. It handles it fine. It is a gorgeous beast. But that Roco was beautiful, man. That Roco was beautiful, and it just didn't work. It didn't work pulling 4 light cars on a flat surface. It was a bad loco. I'm not, I got some guff from a couple of people that thought I was bad-mouthing the company Roco. And I'm like, no, I'm not bad-mouthing Roco. That individual loco was bad. The proof is in the video. It's not spinning wheels like the traction tires are messed up. It could not develop a drive. And then when I put, hey, take care, Sir Jeff. Hopefully one of these times I'll catch one. Hey, Sir Peter, welcome in. My only passenger service is the Chicago Metro commuter set from Kato. Well, you can't do better than that. That's a great set to have. Now, granted, because it's Kato and N scale is what I mean. The Metros are beautiful. There was a British guy that was big into American trades that had a beautiful Metro set in N scale. Boulder Creek. No, Boulder Creek was the other guy. I forgot his name now, his channel name. But he's been gone for a while. Or was it Boulder Creek? Somebody will remind me here. Yeah, Frank, Stuttgart is the biggest mess. Stuttgart and Hamburg were the two worst stations in terms of traffic delays and slowdowns and issues. All right, EFO, I've got both those links here. Oh, there it is. Oh, isn't that pretty? The coaches it's pulling aren't as exciting, but yeah, that's a gorgeous steamer. Look at that go. Oh my. That's pretty. Thank you, EFO. That was really nice. If you want to see what I was excited about, just click on those links EFO put in. Hey, Sir Jason from Fresno, or I said Jason, I'm sorry. Fresno J. Hello, Sir J from Fresno. Hope you're well. And Sir Aaron from Aaronville is asking what's running today. I don't know. Let's see. Let's get to a camera where we can see what's running. So heading down your way right now is a tarpaulin and hopper small freight train just because it's on the shortest loop. That's a Class 186 Railpool, a gift of Andy 81E. And the background is a shunting locomotive. In front of you is a Class 03 pulling some 1920s Rheingold cars, an IC2 with a Class 147 loco, and a Class 249 loco pulling containers. So it went from nobody was there to everybody was there while I tried to explain what I was running. KJ, I don't know. That's a great question. Are they turning Stuttgart into a pass-through? Because it is a terminus station right now. All I know is we were in Stuttgart in 2023 and then again in 2026, and it felt like nothing had changed. Yeah, well, to be honest, I have lubed the axles and everything on those Orient Express coaches. But like I said, until somebody comes and stands in this room with me and picks up some of these coaches to find out how heavy they really are. There's a couple of them, like the dining car, that weighs as much as some of my locos. They're heavy to the point where, as I mentioned in the video, I wondered if somebody had added some weight to them because they were too lightweight and they threw weight. But I'm too scared to take them apart. They're such pretty trains that if I start taking the coaches apart, which they're designed to have done to them, I will mess something up. I'm scared I'll mess something up. Paranoid that I'll mess something up. Hello, Sepper. Yeah, it's been a while since I ran those Rheingold coaches, so I got them out running. I'm not running them with the Class 01 that came with the set, only because I wanted to see the 03 run. It's like, it's a 482. It's a Pacific. The deep rivet counters might get upset, but I'm not worried about it. No, Jason, I'm old. Jay, and see, I said it again. Sorry, Jay. I'm old school. I prefer to call people what they want to be called. I don't like when people say, whatever. No, if your name is Christopher and you want to be called Chris and not Christopher, I'll call you Chris. If your name is Christopher and you want to be called Christopher, I'll call you Christopher. If I mispronounce your name, I want to be corrected. So if it's Kara or is it Kara? Because I would do that when I was a teacher and talking to my students, and I'd say their names, and I'd say, "Is that how you pronounce it?" And they go, "Yeah, it's good enough." And I was like, "No. It's your name. You tell me what you want me to call you. I will call you. I will address you. You want to be called by your initials? I'll call you by your initials. You want to be called this? There are certain nicknames I won't call you. Like Mac Daddy Pimp. I won't do that, but because my son had that. My son is A period J period. He's AJ. But on his birth certificate, Joyce's family made us give him names for A and J. But he was going to be AJ and only AJ. But now, to avoid confrontation when people call him Anthony, because they see that on his, his public information, like his driver's license and that, he doesn't. And I don't get upset with my son, but I was like, no, your name is AJ. I gave you that name. Your name is AJ. Stop accepting Anthony. I'm Anthony. You're AJ. Yeah, the dual Vectron. Yep. The second week in a row, I've run a dual Vectron because I ran the Märklin one last week. And then I'm running this guy this week. And that's it. I've only got 2 of the dual modes, although there's a third one I was debating getting. But then I started getting into these Euro, these 159s, and now all the various nomenclatures. They have the 2159s and that. Well, Raymond, all I can say is some days you start a project. You say, here's our budget. Here's what we can do. Okay? It doesn't matter whether it's a car, a house, a train station, a yard project. There are hidden gremlins. There are hidden boogeymen waiting to take your budget and hysterically laugh as they wad it up and throw it away. There is, we get so mad, like these guys say, hey, you said it was going to take a week to put that pool in. Yeah, but then we had this, and we had this, and we had this, and we had this, and we had this, blah, 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 blah. We had a delay here. So, as horrible as it is, 20 billion euros instead of the 5 billion estimated, the problem is they get in there and they find out that the land, because you can test it, but until you actually dig it, you go, oh, we can't do this. And if we're going to do this, we have to change this over here. And it becomes a domino of add-on projects. Ask me how I know. As somebody who's remodeled multiple rooms in multiple houses, it can surprise you. You open up a can of worms. That's why I've hesitated starting this bathroom project for 3 years. Joyce has been on me for 3 years to renew this bathroom, and I have hesitated. Actually, I think longer than that. And I said, wait till I retire. And then I retired. I've been retired now 4 years. And then the last 3 summers, she's been, come on, honey, we got to get going on this bathroom. We really should do this bathroom this summer. And I've hesitated because I was scared to death of what I was going to find once I opened the first wall to start ripping things out. And then it's like, oh, crap. I now have to fix this too. Oh, crap. Now I have to fix this too. And a project you budget 3,000 becomes 10 or 12 or 15,000. Now I haven't been hit that bad, but I am already over the budget I thought I would hit with this. And I'd say about 40% over budget. They would just call it an Apfelkuchen. It's just an Apfelkuchen. Maybe an Apfelbrotchen. Apfelkuchen. Oh yeah, Fresno J. That's why I've hesitated, because once I start, there's no turning back, and you're either in over your head, so then you have to fork out a crap load of money to bring in the pros. I am competent and confident enough that I can do most of this, but I call in pros for very specific things. For example, once I opened the wall and found the plumbing that I wanted replaced, I stopped, called in the pros. I could have done this, but plumbing is too important. I'm not licensed. My house depends on this. This was old, crappy PVC-E plumbing pipes, which when they put this in, people were saying, don't use this PVC for plumbing. But it was just so common at the time. And he probably just used a bunch of crap he had left over. But the way he ran the piping up to our bedroom was insane. I've had to watch every screw and every nail and every hammer blow, because between any stud is either wiring or plumbing. He's got wiring in places that's illegal, and I've had to move it. He's got wiring in places that are illegal, and I've had to pretend I didn't know it was there, because I would have to rip up the floor and double my cost to fix all the wiring and even the plumbing. I had the plumbers come in and say, well, I'd like to run this all the way down to the basement. They're like, okay, what walls can we tear out? And we traced the plumbing. They would have had to tear out the entire floor in my bedroom, the uppermost floor, the attic, and they would have had to tear out part of the wall in what was my son's bedroom to fix the plumbing as at the way I wanted to. And that sent the cost of about a $1,200 plumbing job to about a $10,000 plumbing job. So he said, no, just replace this. I can't afford to run all that as new plumbing. Just chop out here where it's crappy and go up from there. Hey, Sir Dwight, how are you? Yeah, lead where you can. And anybody who's followed me on Facebook, you know, I've been doing daily updates. I didn't put up a daily update yesterday because there was no update to update about. We really didn't do anything yesterday. We did just little things that really weren't worth posting. I'm usually sitting in bed somewhere between 11:30 at night when I post those updates. But yeah, I got into that wall and it was just insane. The plumbing and the wiring, the illegal wiring, the doubling back, the open wires, not in junction boxes. And I expect this now because when I did my kitchen, I ran into it everywhere. And this guy was an electrician by trade, and he violated electrician code and honor with what he did in his own house 6 years before he sold it. Probably why he sold it. He's like, yeah, we should probably move out of this house. I've done enough crappy wiring in this house to burn it down 5 times. Let's leave the problem for somebody else. And his wife was an interior designer. So he did this crappy work, but the lights worked, but he did so many things illegal. And then she just painted and decorated. So when we walk in the house, oh, it looks really nice. And we hired a guy, a house inspector, a home inspector, to go through the house. And we paid a full day rate for him. So rather than just get him for an hour, because we really wanted him to go through and look for things. And he just walked through the house, took our $1,000, walked away, passed the house, said everything looked good. And we're finding things over the last 30 years that there's no excuse this guy missed. This guy was a home inspector and he missed it. Like, look, junction box with open wire with spark marks on the backside. Did you look all around the box? Because I didn't until the light stopped working and sparked. And then I went and said, oh, this has sparked before. Yeah, I would walk away from anything that had lead piping, but you know, that's like when I'm watching Clive or when I'm watching some other guys or just UK channels where they're working on their house. Even like some of the projects Rob and Grace have done on their channel. And I don't critique, but I look at things. Or there's this Australian guy I watch, Bruce, drain cleaning down under or whatever it is. He's become a huge internet phenomenon recently, the last few months. But I watch his channel, and the way plumbing is done in Australia, yikes. That would not even pass code in America, at least in this part of America. Indeed, indeed. But again, when the guy that owned the house before you was a professional journeyman electrician that worked in the construction trade, I wouldn't hire the guy to change a light bulb. If he volunteered to change a light bulb for free, I'd say, no, leave it to somebody who knows what they're doing. And this guy made a living as an electrician. I personally would find everybody that was ever a customer of his and said, can I look in your walls? Because, he dead-ended things. I can't tell you how many first of all, you're not allowed to bury a junction box. If there's a junction box, even if it's a dead end, it has to be accessible, which means it's exposed on the wall and you put a cover plate over it. For example, I've got a cover plate. Well, I can. Yeah, I've got a cover plate right there. I've got a cover plate right there because when I redid this basement, his wiring was so maniacal. He had 4 junction boxes in here, and he only needed 2. He had 4. He only needed 2. But he tied everything in this junction box instead of wiring through to these different lighting systems. And I replaced that and wired the lighting system straight into each other like you should have done. But because he ran additional house lines through that junction box, I can't take it out. I would have had to have hired a professional electrician to cut the house wires, splice them back together, and put in an even bigger junction box and everything. So I just took out the wiring I could, left the wiring I couldn't touch in there. But by code, I have to put a junction box. I have another junction box in that corner over there because there's still a couple of wires that run through that area that I don't know what they run to. But because I took out all the light wiring from there, but there's still some, I had to leave that junction box there and I have to leave it exposed. So there's a couple of junction boxes covered on the ceiling. But he had them buried behind walls. And the dumbest of all, oh my goodness, the dumbest of all was he had in 2 different places in our kitchen, he ran a junction box, or he took the line from a junction box that had electrical plugs and a switch, a light switch, and he ran this to another junction box and he dead-ended the wire. In other words, the junction box wasn't being used and he ran a wire to it and just dead-ended the wire there. He didn't cap it. He didn't do anything, but he buried the junction box. So when I was doing the kitchen, this was not an area where I planned on ripping out the walls. This is not an area I was planning on ripping out the walls. So I was just I was going to put in a wall screw, a butterfly screw in the wall to tighten something up on the wall there, a little shelf I was putting in, and I was drilling through the wall because I'm tracing the electrical. Okay, there's this box. This box probably runs up here. This box runs this way. The lights are here. This electrical outlet's here. The switch is here. You're using what my dad trained me to do and following where the line should be running. And in the middle of this wall, nowhere near any plugs, lighting, or electrical, I drill and pop. All the lights in the kitchen, the stove, the microwave, all go out. So I had to break open the wall to find a junction box just hidden behind the wall with a wire running to it that goes nowhere. He just dented the wire, threw it in a junction box, and left it behind the wall. All he had to do, cut the wire at the previous junction box. Dead end it there in that junction box. What are you thinking? You're a professional electrician. I'm not a professional electrician, but by golly, I know that's stupid and wrong. Now, my dad was an electrician, so yes, I had a good teacher. He's a plumber, the Australian plumber. He's draining Australia or something like that. I'd have to look on YouTube in my subscriptions. Drain Cleaning Australia, something like that. He's hilarious. Let's fire the bloody thing up. Drain Cleaning Australia. Yep, 3 words. Drain Cleaning Australia. Because he always posts a video on Fridays. Let's fire the bloody thing. Let's fire off the bloody thing. Yeah, he's a hoot. I'll go with my mom's old Southern phrase. He's a hoot. All right, good night, Peter. Yeah, I've actually got things to do. I just had to stop them all so I could do a live stream. I have already put 2 tiles in the bathroom in the shower area. I put my first 2 tiles in. I'm hoping to do a 3rd one tonight because it's one I have to do special. I have to drill holes in, so I have to get proper measurements, drill the hole, and fit it over the faucet, the tub faucet, feeder hose. You wanted to be a Sparky, but it was too complicated. Yeah, Chuck, lucky the breaker did the job. And we were lucky because that happened in 2016, and we had a new breaker box installed in 2002. So we had put in a new high-end system. Now we just put in an even newer breaker box a couple of years ago to account for some new stuff we did on the house. Also the fact that the guy that installed our high-end expensive breaker box forgot to put insulation on the wall, and over the years cold warm on a basement wall caused moisture and corrosion on the back of the box, which an electrician rewiring our bedroom for me a couple of years ago said, oh, you probably want this replaced too because of this. Like, oh, we just replaced it. A night on the tile. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I have not run this train in a while. This was, when I got this was my Orient Express. I can't get the Orient Express, but I could get this one. I got that one for an amazing price. I got that set for an amazing price. I got that 5-car set. 5-car set and the Class 101 locomotive with high-end digital functions. That's got, the Loco had a decoder and a bunch of functions, and then the passenger car has a decoder and like 28 more functions. So the train itself has like 50 functions. I paid $300 for the 5-car set and the locomotive. I got a Märklin Class 1, all new digital. Well, not all new. It was like the set was 2 or 3 years old when I got it. but I paid $300 for the entire set. 5 cars plus a Loco, $300. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Considering the set when it came out new was $1,300 in America. But yeah, I just the problem is Joyce has more confidence in me than I have in me. I know I can do it, but I'm scared to do it because I'm scared of what if I did it wrong. Now I triple, quadruple, quintuple check everything. I did this right. I did this right. In fact, right after the live stream today, I'm going out and buying a new trowel because I'm not happy with the trowel I have. I think I need a deeper groove trowel. Even though it says I can do this because of the size of the tiles, I think I need a deeper groove mud trowel because I'm not entirely happy with my old trowel with the big tiles I'm using. So I want something that's going to give me better grooves for better airflow and that on these first 2 tiles I did. So when I start doing the major work, I'm going to get a new trowel that has the right depth and thickness of groove of teeth on the trowel. But yeah, I'm very meticulous and scared. But I'm scared of what if I miss something? What if I miss something? And as I'm getting older, I don't trust myself. I had done a few bathroom renovations that when I did ours, it was the first time I did a full gut job by myself. And I say by myself, but Joyce and my daughter and my son helped with things. But, you know, I was doing the major work. Still brought in a plumber to do a couple of plumbing things that I didn't want to touch. But that thing has been beautiful for 12 years. Joyce and I are using this bathroom that I rebuilt 12 years ago. And I've only used it, the shower in it, a couple of times in all those years because we have our own. And I've been showering in it daily for the past 2 weeks, week and a half. And I'm loving it. It's like, damn, I did a good job in this. 12 years later, there still isn't a leak. There still isn't a speck of mildew or mold. The tiling looks great. The tub looks great. The shower head's awesome. I just look at this like, I did this. You know, ego comes out. And I hate to sound egotistical. But that was the last job. And it was 12 years ago. This is the first bathroom remodel I've done in 12 years. How much of my skills deteriorated? And on top of that, I'm building this on a wonky wall, a wonky floor, in a wonky attic with the work of a guy who was wonky in the head. It has not been a walk in the park trying to undo some of Hyder's work. I don't remember if I talked about it last live stream or not. A project is cost plus 50%. I'm actually pretty good at keeping cost around 25 to 33%. But yes, professional jobs, they will usually charge you 25 to 50% more than it's actually going to cost to cover for problems that they can't guarantee won't be there. So that when they give you the final bill, if you're not checking over everything they did and going, wait a minute, that should have only cost you $250 there, and you charged me $450 for that. You know, they take the money, and that's extra money in their pocket. And I don't begrudge them that. I don't. Okay? It's insurance. I'm paying insurance. So I've had plenty of jobs where plumbers came in, quoted me a price, and then they got in, and yes, they ran into a couple of problems. And only once did they ever ask for more money. And in that case, I looked at it and said, oh, hell yeah, do it. And yes, more money. But I know I've had plumbers come in where they took a 10% profit margin instead of a 20% profit margin because they ran into problems, but they signed a contract that said we would only charge this much. And it was still within their profit range. So they swallowed that 10% overcharge. Rather than just ask me to pay that 10%, they're like, yeah, this is part of the overage, covered it. All right, good night, hi. Take care. Anthony's Trains and Home Remodeling Show. I mean, I could be alliterative and call it Trains and Toilets. Locos and Loos if you're in the UK. Have a great weekend, hi. It's always a pleasure to have you watching us. I did watch your 2 videos you put up the last 7 days. Though you did one at your home, and then I think the last couple have been in the caravan. Working on that little figure 8 sort of layout. Yeah. Now we were given a budget when they did our metal roof. We had a metal roof put in a couple of years ago, which we're extremely happy with. It paid for itself and the value added to our house. It's paid for itself. But we paid a price up front, and they did not come back and say, oh, it didn't cost us as much. Normally they'll come in and say, hey, like the masons that did the brickwork on the outside of the addition to my house 20 years ago. They said, hey, you know what? We got a deal on the brick. We were able to find an old warehouse that had this old brick for this much money, and it matched your house perfectly. You've got 10,000. We can do this, or we could do this, or we could do this, or we could do this and this. Or you can have your 10,000 back. And we're like, no, do that and do that. It's bonus. Do it. And one of the things we added was a pool. We had a pool put in. The pool was about $8,000 out of the 10,000 extra. So they put in the pool and a walkway for us, and cool. Hey, Sir Bob at PKW. You'll find out how much of a bargain the next storm season. Oh, I get that. Hey, Sir Dave, Kiwi Dave, how awesome to have you here. I hope you're really well and that life recently with some of the changes you've had in the last couple of years is going great. So there we got 4 trains passing and 1 crossing in the distance. So if you're like me, which is why I flipped to it, ADHD or ADD for me, autism and ADD. Ooh, lots of trains together. Now, the problem is it isn't even this old house. It's this middle-aged house. Life has been interesting the last few weeks. I hope it's kind of a good interesting. Life has had every emotional extreme the last month in our family, between my son and his family and his job, my daughter, my son-in-law, my grandson. They've had a lot of big ups and big downs. Joyce and I, even this remodeling project. It's like I said, I don't know if I talked about last week, but I had this. It was a 24-inch wide vanity, 18 inches deep. Yeah, an 18 inches deep, 24-inch wide vanity with a matching 18-inch deep, 15-inch wide little shelving unit that they had angled, put the side of one, side of the other, made as an angle, pushed it back, put a countertop over it, ran the countertop to the other wall. So it was not quite an L shape, but basically an L-shaped vanity set and cosmetic area where the wife, I assume, would sit and put her makeup on and stuff with big mirror and so forth. Now, when I looked ahead, I thought, yeah, it'll take me an hour, maybe 2 to get that vanity out, assuming he's screwed it into the wall and use some caulk or glue that I'll have to pry out. 1 to 2 hours to get those vanities out. And maybe an additional hour to remove the countertop because I have to be careful with the mirror. Oh no, it took me 2 full days to get those vanities out because he used glue and nails and epoxy on everything. His countertop, he made it himself. It was not professional made. He made it himself. So what did he do? He takes some sections of 3-layer plywood and he builds the basic top on top of the vanities. He nails that, or he screws that to the vanity top, the 2 vanities. Then he spreads an epoxy. The epoxy that gets into the screw heads. He then presses a 5-layer piece of plywood. He then drills that plywood into the vanities. He then takes a 3rd layer of 3-ply plywood. He glues that, epoxies that on top of the other 2 layers. Then he drills that into the vanities. Then he puts an epoxy layer over that and puts the veneer of the countertop on it. And then he puts the frames over that, blocking all the screws. You couldn't get the screws out. I literally had to spend over 2 days with a hammer and spreaders and just chisel away layer after layer and then get my rip saw and cut the screws out. What should have been a 2-hour job was a 2.5 day job to get that vanity out because of how this idiot built it. There was no need to be that over-engineered. I over-engineer. I put something in to make sure it's not going to come out in an earthquake, but I make it easy to remove when it's time comes because I'm thinking I might have to remove this. I want access to the screws. So instead of putting epoxy over the screws and the screw heads that gets in that you can't remove without trying to chisel it out an hour each screw, use wood filler or caulk. It pops right out. It still covers it over, sand it down, no bumps, no seams, no screw holes showing. But when it's time to remove those screws, you just take a little screwdriver, pop the little chunk of filler out. There's your screw, take it out. And don't do 3 levels of screws. Epoxy and press the whole thing together in one shot and then screw it in place. Then put your veneer over that after you put some filler over the screw holes. Oh my God. And plus he used a thick enough veneer, screw holes weren't going to show. Oh, I get that, Aaron. I mean, there are things I won't do. And now even stuff I used to do that, like I pay to have certain car work done that 20 years ago, I would just pop the car up in the garage and fix it myself. But I just can't do it anymore. Don't want to do it anymore. So I pay basically double the price it would cost me to do it myself. And I take my car to the garage and have a pro work on it. And sometimes the pro isn't a pro. Sometimes you have to take it to another pro who fixes what the other pro screwed up. But I just can't lay on a concrete driveway anymore and work on a car. I hurt too much. It's too much hassle. You know, when I was working on a 73 Charger, my 73 Charger had a 400cc motor in it. It had the Magnum in it. Not the Magnum. It had the 400 cubic centimeter Magnum engine in it, not the 440. And you still had plenty of room to get your arms in and work on things. The motors and engines today, there's so much electrical, there's so much computer and digital. Just to get to the part you want to work at, you have to remove $10,000 worth of computer stuff to get to it. And then you have to take it to the dealer anyhow to reset all the computer sensors that you remove. So anymore, I just take it to the dealer, pay the money, and have them fix it because they're trained to fix it. I'm not anymore. Hey, Sir Simon, how are you? And yeah, Digger, depending on various days, going up the stairs. I mean, Joyce and I are already looking at plans of if we're going to keep this house, what we need to do for our later years. Joyce already has had one knee replaced. It's 10 years old. Her other one's going to need replaced soon. I'm probably looking at a hip replacement in the next 5 years. I'm hoping not, but I think it's coming. I've already got the hand tremors, but I've also got arthritis in the fingers, which really working with some power tools after a couple hours, it just kills. And I don't want to get into a competitive of who's sicker than whom. I'm just saying I have these issues I deal with. And when somebody has it worse, all I can do is be sympathetic to that. It's like, man, what you're suffering with. I mean, you know, no one like Clive, watching Clive, what's going on in Clive's world. I mean, Clive has a debilitating joint and muscle illness that only gets worse as time goes by. And yet he's rebuilt his garage and roof, and he's doing a lot of this work by himself because he's got nobody to help him. I've at least got Joyce and my daughter. Hey, Monsville, how are you? All from tomorrow. Oh, you're heading to Cardiff. Oh, Joyce and I spent 4.5 beautiful days in Cardiff. Not only did we get to see the beautiful city, we got to hang out a couple of times with the amazing Tim, who is here as 2010 Ditta. That's Tim. Tim J.D. Dowd. An absolutely beautiful treasure to have spent a couple of days, parts of days with him. One floor was a must. Yeah, our house is 3 floors. Basement, main level, attic that was converted into a master bedroom. And me being barefoot 6'3", yeah, they didn't cut the little landings quite tall enough. There's a little overhang behind me that has nailed my head many times over the 33 years I've lived in this house. I think that landing has taken more blood out of me than all the doctors I've had in my life. You think you'd learn? I could go years where I don't bang my head on, and then I'll bang it 4 times in a month. And you're telling yourself, duck, and you duck, and you still bang your head. Yeah, as we get old, but I mean, the thing is, for most people, what we have, people who have worse. And one of the worst things, and I've talked about my parents at times, like my mother, no matter how sick the person was, she could be talking to a person with stage 4 cancer and think about, oh, I know that's got to be painful, but I've had this mole on the. No matter what you have, my mom had something that was somehow worse. So I'm the exact opposite. I could be having my leg amputated, and the guy with the knee, I'm looking like, oh man, are you okay? I hope you're good. And not because I'm trying to be tough, but because I don't like to take away from what they're feeling. I hated it when I would hurt myself and my dad would say something like, oh, that shouldn't be hurting you that much. Well, it does. I don't know what my pain threshold is, but this has crossed it. So I don't like to downplay what other people are going through. And you can't get into comparisons like, oh, that's nothing. I've got this. Because no matter what you have, somebody's got something worse. Except for that one person at the end of the line who you can't have worse. Just a flesh wound. You don't duck, so you grouse. The problem is I duck, and then I grouse. Now, the funny thing is, Joyce had her knees replaced, and she loves to go for her long walks. We play tennis. She goes for bike rides, and every now and then she'll say her knee, but it's her other knee, the one that hasn't been repaired, that is her big problem now. That's the one that swells up. She works out at the gym with that knee, with the artificial knee. It's the new knee, it's the old knee, the one that hasn't been replaced, that is her problem now. But see, all the stuff I have is just nagging little stuff. The hand tremors, the arthritis, it's all naggy stuff. It's only a problem when I'm trying to do something where I really need my hands to work completely. Like trying to solder a small engine part, and I'm trying to hold the wire still with this hand, and this hand I'm trying to hold the soldering iron, and I'm trying not to burn skin off my fingers. You think about gym for 7 to 9 hours a week. Now, once Joyce retires, we're going to go back into the gym as a routine, and then just find all kinds of other activities. Join curling clubs, the Canadian ice game. There's a curling club about 15 miles, 20 miles south of us, and we've joked about joining that. Pool club, darts club, just things to keep us busy. Oh, I used to be a big-time bowler. Ray Bobel, who comes in here often on Fridays, is a big-time bowler. I stopped bowling a long time ago because my temper was just, if I didn't bowl at 220, I was just pounding the floor and banging machines. I was ashamed of myself. And the shame finally kicked in enough that I walked away from bowling. I was one of those semi-pro guys that, boy, if I could afford to bowl 5-6 days a week in 5 or 6 leagues, I'd be in the PBA, compete for money. I was one of those competitive folks like that, and I just hated it. I have to admit, I read less books since I've retired. because I was always reading books on subject matter, topic matter. And now it's just a certain book will sound interesting. I'll go ahead and order it and read it. I've got a couple of books I've had for a year that I haven't read yet. I just got to wait for the mood. But I fill my day with YouTube and all the video games I didn't play in the 90s to 2000s. I play a lot of solo video games, plus editing videos and doing other things. Oh, that's cool, Chris. Sorry, all my housework talk and not changing the cameras around enough as nobody there. Ah, here comes somebody. The Czech Railjet or Czech IC. Nope, the IC2. Oops, totally wrong on that one. Oopsie. And he's the only one on that side of the table. I'm trying to get wrong way. Sorry, guys, I just drove your eyes crazy. Trying to get to the right camera and I missed it. So there we go. We'll do a sky view. We got 2 trains coming into Delmenhorst. There we go. I keep scrolling down instead of up to get to these cameras, darn it. Oh, that camera got bumped way out of place. I'll have to adjust that. I didn't know I bumped that camera out of place. That was a camera view I was trying to go for, but this time I caught it. I do like catching the train passing through the 2 little mounds. Can't even call them hills. I'll call them mounds. All this fitness talk is tiring you out. I just naturally could put on muscle when I was young, into my 20s and 30s. I coached a lot of sports, so I was always active. And then as I got older, I stopped coaching and stopped playing sports in my late 30s, early 40s, and I started gaining weight. So Joyce and I joined a fitness club, and I started working out, and I started getting a little bulkier. There's a couple of pictures of me from about 20 years ago where, I've put on a lot of bulk. I'm not skinny, but I'm pretty broad chested, and, biceps are pretty good size. Got into that. And then, new things came up, exchange came up, all sorts of other things came up, and it just was hard to get to the gym. And so all that bulking up turned to flab. And so then I started dieting and losing weight. Went back to the gym and started working out again, but this time to trim and not to bulk. And then schedules in life got in the way, and we stopped going to the gym for a couple of years, and I ballooned up to close to 300 pounds. And I went in for a back injury to the doctor, and they could care less about my back injury. They're like, "You've been to the doctor or the emergency room 4 times in the last 7 months. here's your blood test, sugar, cholesterol, heart rate, blah, blah, blah. You are spiking for a massive heart attack. And that was December of 2019. And I weighed 298 pounds at that point. And I lost 70 pounds in the next 10 to 12 months. I lost about 70 pounds. I went down to 228, and I kept 228 for for 5 years. And then last year I started putting on weight again. And now I'm up about 245 to 250. And I really, really need to get the weight down. But I'm just not, like the last couple of summers where Joyce and I are not going out playing tennis. We're not going for the long walks together. We're not doing all these little activities that help me keep my weight down. And I'm drinking more pop again. And I'm eating French fries with burgers again. And I need to stop those things because that's how I lost weight the last time. I probably lost 10 pounds in the last week and a half just because I'm working and not eating. I'm actually up and moving and building this bathroom. So I'm not sitting around drinking and eating and not exercising. I am getting some physical movement in. Yeah, I mean, I give away 3 days to my grandson. I watch him on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Very occasionally, I'll get him for part of another day. But when he's here, yeah, he runs me ragged. And I don't say that to complain. But he is a high energy, high maintenance kid. He needs a lot of attention from his grandpa. And because I had such a huge love of my grandfather, I want to be the grandfather to my grandson that my grandfather was to me, who sadly passed away when I was 11 or 12. Yeah, I was 12 when my grandfather passed away, almost 13. But when he passed away, I lost, really, in some ways, my best friend. And I didn't see my grandfather as often as my grandson sees me. I saw my grandfather at most once a week because he always came into town on Sunday and visited all his children and whatever family they had in their houses. My grandfather had 4 kids, and so he would come into, and they all lived in Toledo, so he'd come in Toledo every Saturday morning, and he'd stop and visit us for a couple hours and then go over to my Uncle Dale's, or go to my Uncle Dale's first and then come to our house and visit. But he would visit everybody every Saturday. And then I would spend a week with him a couple of times every summer. And he just was a brilliant man. And it's funny because I think he was probably a lousy father to my dad, but he was a brilliant grandfather to me. So I want my grandson, it's not an ego thing, although you could see it as an ego thing. I want my grandson to feel towards me the way I felt towards my grandfather. I want to be there for my grandson. I want to be there a lot longer. I want to be there for him a lot longer than I was for my grandfather. But I had autism, and my grandfather didn't know what that meant, and my parents didn't understand it. All they did was move me to a school where they would pretend I didn't have autism. And my grandson has autism. He's on the spectrum for ADHD. And he comes to these things. Joyce has ADHD. I have autism. I think he's higher on the spectrum than either of us are. But he is a beautiful child with so much love in him. But he has all the check marks that you have to work with. And hey, Josh, you're heading off. All right. Sorry that somebody was giving you a little bit of grief earlier. You take care of yourself. Don't worry about it. I enjoy your channel. I enjoy what you do. So you just take care of yourself and know we're there. Yeah, I've been eating more snacky chocolate and cake and stuff like that again too. Yeah, so I get you there, Aaronville. But it really is just I don't move as much as I used to. And all I have to do is get up every morning. Like during the school year when Joyce works, I get up and ride my bike as long as the weather lets me get out and ride my bike. But once winter hits, I do have a bike upstairs, but I'm sitting on the bike. I need to be getting out and taking the long walks around the neighborhood or going to one of the parks and walking. I need to do that. But when it's too hot, I hate going out in the heat, and you can't make me go out in that heat. So this summer, Joyce and I aren't playing tennis. We didn't play a lot of tennis last year. We're not getting out on our kayak, our inflatable kayak like we normally do. It's just been a real crappy summer in a lot of ways. All right, Bob, take care. Thanks for hanging out. I'm here to bore and annoy everybody every Friday. There you go, Chris. Should put you in artistic. Yeah. Unfortunately, art college would have never done me any wonders. I was born in a family of mechanical people, and I was the exact opposite. I was pure academic, but I wasn't exposed, deeply to the sciences or to the computers the way a lot of kids I went to high school and college were. I was always behind them in that way, but I was very academic. And my academic interests took me into history, literature, and those studies. And my father could not relate to that. I still liked cars and I still liked some things, but my father wanted me to be a professional football player. That was my father's number one goal. I was to be a professional football player. And when they discovered I only had one kidney and I couldn't play football anymore, it was like my father was just, we never got along. But once my football career ended at age 13, my father was done with me. That's also willpower. I mean, I'll buy donuts now and then. So in some ways, I've enjoyed doing this remodel. I've enjoyed this because it's making me get active. It's making me work. But at the end of the day, my body's like, hey, what are you doing? You're retired. Why are we working this hard? Oh, we got the pacer bit going on. Well, hello, Artie. Yeah, and I will admit, I've got so many friends on YouTube. I get up in the morning, except the last couple of weeks, I get up in the morning, I start watching YouTube. And, oh, this guy's posted a video. Oh, now this guy's posted a video. Oh, he's posted a video. Oh, and 5 hours have gone by. Joyce is humming in the background. What? You're gurring. Have the tiles fallen off the wall yet? Oh, okay. Okay. A few more minutes. All right. Well, you have 3 minutes and then you're late. Oh, there's another Fowler bar. The Fowler bus system is working. The road isn't. In other words, when I run the bus, it keeps snagging on a couple of these tight 90-degree curves I put in. So the Fowler system is working, and I haven't touched that area since February or March, or maybe it was early. I forget the last time I worked on that part of the layout, because I started doing a couple of models because I was all set, because the Fowler car system was working, and I put the road in, and then test runs started going wrong because the car keeps jamming on some rough spots in the road, the seams on the road tape that I put down, the Fowler road tape. And every time I would fix one thing, it would create another problem. But hitting the turnouts and going into the bus stops is working. It's all great. Getting it to complete the circuits where it goes into the turns, where it goes into the corners, I should say, not the turnouts, but the corners to go around. I've just got like 2 or 3 areas where it bumps and the car either goes off or it gets stuck on something. Because I've got the bus and 2 cars. But life happened, and I stopped working on that area, and I started working on other stuff. And then Germany trip came up, and yeah, time flies. I forget how long it's been since I worked on that. I just haven't done it. I've got to get back to work on this section. I'm ready to build Delmenhorst proper here. I've got the stuff. I built the Delmenhorst City Church. I've got the buildings. I've got to finish this one model I started in March, and I haven't worked on it in 5-6 months because there's this one piece I need to put on it, and I bought a model that had the piece, but it was too small. And I just go, can't do it. Ooh, palm fronds. Oh, that's... Hello, Titiari! Bonsoir! Ça va? Everybody left all these views. They're all gone. All the trains are gone. I went through 5 cameras and not one train. There's a couple. Yeah, another little alteration here. One of the lights that I use to light this corner up so you can see the trains better is up in the bedroom where I'm working in the dark corner of the shower area. The dark corner of the shower area. That sounds ominous, doesn't it? Nope, Joyce's working week's not over. Joyce is on vacation. She doesn't work until I think she goes back in 2 weeks. Yeah, I think she goes back in 2 weeks. Goes back to work. But tomorrow's going to be the heaviest day because tomorrow, early in the morning, we have to get up and go to Home Depot, which is a DIY shop for those of you overseas, sort of like B&Q in the UK or whatever, and such. You know, it's your home improvement store where you buy your lumber and your plumbing and your electrical all in one big shop. We've rented a big tile cutter, so we have to go pick it up, bring it home, and then it's tile. No, Chuck, I have found a way to make my trains disappear from Artie's house. Artie's having a problem trying to make my trains disappear from my house and reappear at his house. Yeah, Bunnings in Australia, yep. They put on a barbecue. Hey, look, if they have to do a barbecue to bring in business, then that means their business isn't very good. Well, they suck as a store, but they're serving ribs today. You know, I never saw if Dino was here today. Hope Dino's okay. My friend Christopher, hope you're okay. Mark from Model Railway Fantasia, hope you're okay. It's been cool to see videos going up. I did watch your latest video in the background, Mark, if you watch this at all, where you were building your bridge scene, looking really cool. I've got to sleep sometime, and when I'm awake, I've been working on this bathroom, and a bathroom project should not be taken as long as this one's taken, unfortunately. I am the victim of an insane person, and every time I open a section to start working on it, before I do that, I have to rip everything out and replace it with proper where I can, when I can. I will admit I have left some illegal work in place. Yeah, but unfortunately in Monsville, if I cut out pastry, carbs, and sugar, there's nothing left to eat. I have a very simple diet. I eat beef, and I eat cheese, and occasionally I eat French fries or potatoes of some kind. I don't like seafood. I don't like vegetables. I don't like the vast majority of fruits, occasionally an apple. Otherwise, it's grape jelly, raspberry filling, and jelly. Apple butter, which is not exactly healthy. But unfortunately, there are many types of arthritis, and the type I deal with is a genetic development. It runs through my family. So the only thing that's good is just to keep the fingers moving so that the calcium deposits don't build up as quickly. How's it looking?
Good.
I mean, it's a whole 2 tiles of about 30 we got to put in. Of 30 we got to put in, at least 23 have to be cut.
That's about it, yeah.
Oh no. We'll be cutting a lot. We'll be cutting a lot of tiles. Well, I suppose you're here. You have to have the mic.
I don't want that attitude.
What?
I said I don't want that attitude.
Oh, now you don't like the attitude. Fine.
Yeah, I told you I wasn't in the mood to go shopping.
Give me the mic. It's all about me. People need to hear me.
All right, did any of you hear me say that? I know you didn't. I have asked him for the mic before.
No, but if I don't hand it over, you usually give me
I
grief.
will ask, yeah. So first of all, hi
Holy crap, you got the Batman
everybody.
tilt going on.
We're at the what?
The Batman tilt. You know the old Batman TV show?
Okay.
Where they always...
So hi Simon. Hey there,
Come on, why are you being so
Tom?
difficult today?
Hi Artie. Hi Kristen Bailey. Hi Chuck Stramer. Andy. Hi Digger. Hello Tom Houston. Hey there Mick. Oh, tell me about it. Hi there Greg. Nice to see you here. You hear nothing. Hello there, Mon. Did I miss anybody? So just specifically, hello there, Scott. Okay, I don't think so. Y'all were probably saying earlier when I'm going past. Hi, Randall.
Oh, indeed, Raymond.
So,
unfortunately, I've been breathing in all kinds of dust.
yeah, it is. Yeah. Picked up a 10-pack of dusk masks, which were a very good purchase because holy moly, Anthony's blowing air
through the
mask and dust is
flying
out of it. That's a little spooky.
I told her that's what you're breathing in if you're not wearing a mask. So now she either won't come in while I'm sawing or she stands out in the yard.
There, other Greg.
She has worn a mask because she's not opposed to wearing a mask, but it's a hassle to put off. And she doesn't want to get covered in the dust, but she has asthma, so she takes extra precautions.
I will be careful.
So I won't let her in the garage.
Yeah, if he doesn't need me to hold, I will stay out of the dust cloud, but close enough to holler, or be hollered
Joyce,
at.
I need you to hold this.
Oh, you're plastered and set in 3 days.
I need her to come in and hold my wood. What? You're right. It was cement board.
Yeah, it was cement board.
Because that cement board was rock hard.
I'm really glad we got the right. Really glad we got the right saw blades and did not have to score it in that business. Dang, that would have been hard.
Yep, got the right cement cutting blades, cement backer board.
Yeah, fogs up your spectacles, indeed. Indeed. Someone suggested they put in shower boards rather than tiles. So much easier to
there
clean.
are places that do them, but I've had just as many people tell me they leak.
We have seen a lot of shower boards when we've been looking at things. I'll be honest, I just think the look of tile is just so much prettier. It's just very sophisticated. This bathroom will look gorgeous when we are done with it. You're doing that much. You buy a half-face respirator.
If you bring in the pros to install it, it's not bad.
You are right.
But since we're doing this as a save money, do it ourselves project,
we are doing it.
There are way too many funky angles to cut. It's actually easier to do the tile than to try to get that board in there.
Might be.
But I've met too many plumbers that have been very negative towards the shower boards and the lock-in system.
Yeah.
No caulk required. I'm very much I don't trust anything that says no caulk required.
Yeah, Anthony would much rather have a bead of caulk over something. I think you need another thing of caulk, don't you?
Yeah, but it'll raise your subscriber and view rates, Raymond.
Oh, for sure, man. And that's why I'm here with him. Is that extra set of hands. I don't mind grabbing something. you know, this is such a tight area. It's been room for one in most situations.
Yeah, I mean, the last 3 major remodels we've done, I've done the vast majority of the work.
Yeah,
where previous remodeling work, it's been a real team effort. And I'm not saying that it's a complaint.
No, so when you did the main part of the bedroom, I was working, and you did it while I was at work.
When I did the bedroom, you were working. I was working at home alone while you were in the bedroom. But that was laying the floor, painting the walls. You did just as much as I did. You would help me lay boards, but you can really only lay one floorboard at a time because you got to hammer it into place, set it in, and then do the next.
No, it's just easier for me to hand you another board than it is to try to.
Right. When you have pros,
elbows.
One guy will do a layer so far, then the next guy will follow and do that.
Yeah.
And there were times where we did do that.
We have done things like that. I think we floored this. We did this floor that way.
Yeah, we did this floor
areas.
together.
Yeah.
You helped with this.
Mm-hmm.
You helped me hang the drywall and even helped do some of the mudding.
Yeah, that's good.
Sanding.
Aaronville, I'm glad it's worked for you. Having professionals put it in, it's probably better than us trying to do it. So it's a good thing. Like I say, I like the look of tile. I wanted tile in there. So you can bring it on me.
And the key is you paid professionals to do it.
Cool, Luke. Before there's a new body and getting ready for dessert. I'm gonna guess that you are a American Southerner here, cool Luke. Based on your dinner.
I think we're...
Could be. Hard to tell, isn't it? Can you look? Can I look?
Well, to be honest, none of that sounds good. But hey, if it floats your boat, sail away.
Eggs are okay. And I might like your pie, so it depends on what you're doing.
You don't want moonshine pie.
I probably don't want moonshine pie. I thought the moonshine was separate. Yeah, it's a Southern boy.
The most stereotype of one ever.
Yeah, really.
But
have a great fan extractor, the best you can get.
Well, that was already done a few years ago.
Yeah.
So I've got a good extractor in there.
Turn the fan on when he put some of the mastic on. How do I get off of that?
I get what? Oh, just click somewhere.
I have clicked somewhere. I clicked over here.
And
okay, there it finally left. Okay, thank you.
But it's not I work and Joyce doesn't. It's
for sure.
But where we're working on this project, only one person can tile. Only one person.
Yeah, it's a tight area.
Like when I did the flooring.
I will dare say it's a tighter area now. We got bigger vanities. There's a lot less room back there.
True.
It is okay.
We went from a 24 and an 18.
Oh, Chris likes crawdads.
No, a 24 and 15.
We used to catch crawdads. We never ate them.
Of course, we didn't call them crawdads.
We
called
did not
them crayfish.
call them. They were crayfish, yeah.
Crayfish.
But I know they're the same thing.
But yeah, we went from a 24 and an 18 to a 36.
Yeah.
And a 40.
Well, and the counters
48.
And they're long. They're wider too. So, yeah, we're okay. We should have made the bathroom bigger. More fun with 2 in the bathroom. You know, Artie, we have never had a hard time having fun almost anywhere we've gone. I think you know us well enough, maybe. I'm not waving away a rolling pin. Yeah, we've had a few frustrating moments. For the most part, it's been fine.
Aaronville on Facebook, I've been posting daily updates.
He's been posting what we've done. Now, I'm not in them. He's actually not either.
It's just I take a couple of pictures and then I narrate what we did at the end.
Yeah, that's right.
When I'm doing a project like this, I cannot video because
we did forget to take a before picture. I don't know that we have one anywhere.
Somewhere we've got some pictures of the bathroom, but we did not take a before. And we should have.
Yeah.
We should have taken a couple of befores. But I cannot videotape while I'm working because I have to be 100% focused on the job at hand. And it's the same reason when I do anything with my layout,
Right.
I don't videotape me working. I stop what I'm doing and videotape and say, here's what I've done so far. And then I put the camera away and I go back because I have to be 100% focused on that job. I've got to make sure my measurements are spot on. I've got to make this, for example, that little bit I put in to connect. It seems simple, but those had to be very precise measurements. But now that it's in and done, you cannot tell that's not an original piece.
You did a wonderful job with that.
I molded the
full props.
I filled that gap and between the two vanities.
And you got stuck. Well, Chris, we did start by calling a plumber. And we have a called an electrician to do a few things that Anthony's just like, yeah, I don't think I want to mess with those. And that's okay. I'm really good with that. I'm happy when he wants to, we'll try. But I have no problem calling in pros either when we need them. Neither is Anthony, obviously.
No, I don't have the ego I can do this. I'm actually the opposite. Even when I know I can do it, I have self-doubt. Like, I know I will get this bathroom tiled. I know I will get this bathroom tiled and it will look great. But I am in full fret mode with every piece because, oh my God, this piece could fall off. Oh my God, this could leak. Oh my God, the grout's not going to set right. Oh my God, this is a good. And yet I know that's BS.
Yeah, and the other thing is he's got a lot to say while he's working too. So
say what?
You have a lot to say while you're working too, and so
define that. What do you mean? I mean,
we complain and we groan and we
that's what I thought you were referencing.
Yeah, a lot, and so
this motherfucker. I'm pushing too much of my dad.
It's a lot of blue language when he works. So
yeah,
it's much better for him to just go back and tell you what he did when he's calmer. Oh man!
Like Joyce leaves for the walk, and I'm walking down with a piece of wood, going, this is the third time I've measured this stupid piece, and it's still coming. How does it grow in a half an inch after?
You're fine, honey.
And Joyce goes off on her walk. She comes back. How's it going, dear? I'm done. And she, go look, see what I did. And she just comes out. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. I know. Right. You were here. You missed the hard part.
Yeah, and I didn't mind that because I know what happened. I was gone. Sometimes it's better to walk away.
Well, the thing is, the biggest time I cuss is during demo in this house because of hider.
No, you're just really uptight. So the littlest things are bothering you. A cord gets stuck and that makes you mad.
What?
Something falls out and it makes you mad. A lot of little things are making you mad right now.
Yeah, little things. Because little things become big things.
Well, they can for sure, but anyway, it's all right. It's okay. We're doing fine. It's going to be beautiful. We're also having professionals install the top of the vanity. So, hi, Anthony Downs. So anyway, so we have professionals doing things too. We're just doing
hi, Anthony. Thanks
a lot of the. We're just doing a lot of the grunt work. I don't know. It's not grunt work. We're doing what we can, I guess, is the best way.
Well, it's more than grunt work. I mean, you do some of the grunt work, handing me the pieces and running and fetching me.
And I don't mind doing that.
Sometimes you do.
Most of the time, I don't.
You have complained at times that all I do is sit here and hold stuff, or hand you things. Like, unfortunately.
But what the heck?
But I also know that when I need somebody to get in and wrench this out while I'm wrenching that out, you'll do it.
I will. Yep.
I don't have that male ego. She can't do it. It's just we're doing a job where there's one person and I've got more experience than her doing it.
That's a point, Aaronville. I'm still going to say, though, we like what we bought and we're going to put in what we can do.
Yeah, I'd rather even this pay pros to do it. But if we were paying pros to do it, we couldn't have it done. It would just be too much money.
It would be a lot, and you wouldn't be able to buy trains anytime soon.
So in this case, and it's not that I'm doing things I don't know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I'm doing, I have lots of experience doing it.
Yeah.
I didn't work in construction, but I was brought up in construction.
Yeah, and he sure learned a lot owning a home for how many years have we been here?
33.
33 years.
So there's no bad way to do it unless you are a knucklehead and try to do things you don't know how to do.
Right.
Like so many of these home flippers.
Right.
Where they watch a TV show. Look, we get rich.
I can do that. Yeah.
And, you're watching 30 minutes of stuff that they did over a week. And you miss all the problems they ran into. And you miss all the pros coming in and fixing the knucklehead jobs they did.
Right. But then we've been through houses when Lindy was looking to buy, that were flipped, and they were just terrible workmanship.
Yeah, just people who didn't know what they were doing. But we can nail a nail and screw in a screw and paint.
Can you smell smoke?
They buy into properties and try to flip them, and then realize they're in over their heads.
Way in over their heads. Yeah.
Because these flipping shows, you got these flipping shows where the guy is wearing $100, $200 slacks
Suits,
and $120 shirt, and he's in there hammering away at drywall and ripping things out. It's like, yeah, he does that for 5 minutes, and then he walks off. They turn off the camera, and the real guys come in and work. You got the woman in her $300 knee-high boots, wearing the long-sleeve designer frock. She's got heels on her boots.
Yeah.
And you're going to convince me that you tore out all that wall and worked yourself, not in those clothes.
You painted everything, and no.
Yeah, you did not.
Artie, don't go bad mouth at our house here. You were comfortable here, I think. Pretty sure. You said you were.
You know better than that. You enjoyed the exquisite work I do.
Yeah.
A wonderful spa shower.
Yeah.
A wonderful bedroom.
Yeah, we've been using that shower. It is a nice shower. When you work in design all your life, oh sure.
Depends on what area of design.
Yeah. Smelling wax and plastic after I tool down.
But my mom and dad, when they remodeled parts of the houses I grew up in, it was teamwork.
Yeah.
My mom ripped out drywall and put in drywall. My dad. So I don't have this, that's a man's job attitude. There's not so, I've told Joyce, you want to take these boards out and saw them? Go for it. She's like, nah, you're good. It's a
what time to do, Daisy? Hey y'all, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. As you know, we love it when you push our buttons. Reading already there. Yeah, I know you did. Yeah, we love our kitchen tap.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely do.
The touch.
Yep.
Yeah, we have touch faucets.
Yep. Yeah, we put that in after Lindy moved out, but as she's here a lot, she saw the value of that, and she has one in her house now. All the cooking and baking and canning and all things she does, it's wonderful to have messy hands and pop it with your forearm, and it's all good. Your oldest boy child does a lot of the jobs. That's nice.
Yep. Unfortunately, my son lives 2.5 hours away. My daughter and son-in-law would be here in a minute.
They would. Yeah.
They would be here in a minute.
They would. But they have their own house.
But they have their own house, their own things to do.
That they have to
and
handle.
There isn't something, when I've needed them, like my son-in-law Chris helped me put the floor in the kitchen because Joyce was laid up with the knee surgery.
Yep.
So she couldn't be on the floor putting in flooring.
10 years ago.
That was 12 years ago.
10 years ago.
10 years ago, right.
Yeah.
12 years ago was the bathroom,
which
my daughter Liz and my son AJ helped me do.
They did.
And you.
Yeah, I did.
But like AJ and Liz helped me put up the ceiling
Who did we
drywall.
need to put the ceiling up? AJ was with a friend, or was it Liz? But they couldn't get the screws in.
It was Chris. AJ and Chris.
It was AJ and Chris, yeah.
They couldn't get the screws in.
I think they called us, and we were at Lowe's, and we asked the pros, and they said, oh, you're in hardwood. You need to just use deck screws. The drywall screws won't go
Yeah,
in
so I
that.
came back with new screws, and the ceiling went
and
in
they
much
got
easier.
watch. Oh,
It's old
they couldn't have
hard
said it was so
redwood.
easier.
It's old hard redwood, and
Yeah.
they were trying modern, cheap,
That-
low quality,
must have been by
low grade
yourself,
metal.
Harvey.
They were trying low grade metal,
Yeah.
drywall screws,
Yeah.
and it wasn't going.
They
and
couldn't get
the
them
pro
in.
said
Yeah.
deck screws.
Yeah, use deck screws on there.
Use deck screws.
And he
Yep.
was right.
Yep.
People use deck screws down here.
Yep, I used deck screws
Yeah.
down here because I did this. I did the basement at the end. I finished the kitchen in September of 2016, and I started the basement in January of 2017.
Oh, we did the.
Yeah, because remember you had your knee, but also your ID stolen,
Well,
and we were dealing. So
that
we didn't
pain
get
in
the
ass.
new
Right. appliances.
appliances
Yeah,
until
we finally
we-
got our. Got our
September, late
money.
September, when we finally got
Yeah.
our tax return back.
That's right. Yeah. Well, we had waterproof this basement. That was just a year later.
And that was. Well, the thing is, I always think it was November of 2017 they came in.
More
to start
redwood in the UK. That's interesting. I hadn't heard that. Red gum is the worst. Okay.
Yeah, old redwood, modern. I mean, the quality, especially the stuff that comes from, and I'm not here to
Alright.
bash worlds or peoples or anything.
Oh, anybody? Yeah.
The vast majority of the nails and screws you now buy at the home stores are made in
Big
China,
box stores. Yeah.
and Chinese metals are a much lower grade for quality.
Right.
The what's the word I'm looking for? The alloys and such. They are such lower quality.
Mm-hmm. So they work on some things, but
And that's not bashing China. It's
Right.
because their mining quality. It's like there are parts of the UK and parts of Australia where you get the best coal in the world to use. Coal in the United States is great, but it's not quite the quality of some of the old mines, coal
it's
mines
just
of
all
Australia
minerals,
or parts of
course.
the UK. We
Made from
use it, it's
tracers.
fine, but there are places where the metals that come out of China are not quality alloys.
Have we seen our grandson yet?
No, we have not seen our grandson.
Okay. No, it's been a couple times. So.
Yeah, Aaron. We're not here to tell
Yeah,
people you should do it yourself.
Yeah.
We often have to do it ourselves because otherwise we couldn't afford it.
Well, and we learn to do it ourselves.
But
is
we
another
know
thing.
how to do it ourselves, and there's a difference.
And that's great that you could work with a carpenter or a professional who could take your ideas and make it even better. That's great.
But the quality of
US
the metal in the
In
screws
World War
now
II, made the
is so bad.
60-degree angle screw standard for the world.
20 years ago, I could
Okay.
take any screw. 25
So do
years ago, I could
glasses.
take any
I
screw
always
straight into the wood. Now I have to pre-drill and then put the screw in because otherwise the screw will strip
That is true. He does a lot more pre-drilling nowadays than he used to.
because the screw will strip, the head will strip.
Whereas in the old days, we had one drill, so it was kind of a pain. Nowadays, he's got like 4. Oh, you've had the stream on, so Kyan just said to tell you he says hi. Okay, we'll give
Tell
him his
them I
greeting.
said hi. Well, fine. He's going to get a hi.
He's going to get his
anyhow.
greeting, so plug your ears, y'all.
Yep, plug yours,
That's what you
everybody.
do.
Oops. Here we go. Kyan! Hi, Kyan. Opa loves you. Hey, Kyan. Hi, Kyan. Hi, Lindy. I hope you're
Missed you
still
on
healthy.
Thursday. I was gonna
And
visit.
Chris, I hope it's not
Too
getting any
bad,
worse for you. I
right.
hope you're doing all right.
Yeah, gotcha, Chris. Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, they've been, just say, burning on both ends is,
they've been burning the candle on both ends lately.
is an understatement.
They've run themselves ragged,
Yeah.
and they were supposed to
I
go
just
out of
got
town
everybody-
for a good reason this weekend. And it
Yeah,
just can't happen.
friend
I
wedding.
feel bad.
Mhm.
I mean, Kara has been a great
Great
friend
friend
and
for
partner
Lynn.
and
Yeah,
business colleague of Lynn's forever, and
for sure.
miss her wedding sucks, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
other things happen. Where is it? Post live. There it is. So,
You helped your lodger build my outhouse. I'm sure you know what's going into that.
So, but again, I grew up, my father grew up in a generation where, my father has 3 houses. I've mentioned this many times. There are 3 houses in Toledo. My father and his brother built.
Sorry, guys, I just can't stop moving.
Well, it's the topic of the day.
But I can't stop moving.
What can't stop?
I can't.
Oh.
I'm bouncing and rocking a lot.
Sorry.
Yeah. Not going to help. It's going to be from the inside. It's not going to help.
All right. Well, what are you
I don't know.
freaking about?
Everything. It's just everything.
Are you worried about the tiling now?
I'm not.
Well, you're clearly buzzing about something.
I am buzzing.
Yeah, and you're gritted teeth now, too.
I know. I'm buzzing. It's terrible. And I have
But there's 3 houses. The end is built from pouring the concrete foundation themselves.
Mm-hmm.
All the woodwork, all the plumbing, the siding, the masonry, and they're still out there. And people still live in them. And it's amazing to think there's these houses that my father built, because back then you bought the land and built the house yourself.
Mm-hmm. Hey, a Sears house.
Yeah, Sears house, a little different, but yeah. I wish I had half the knowledge my dad had on these things, but it just didn't happen. But I'm still competent and confident to a degree. I don't want to do this.
Is
I'd rather
Railpool going really slowly on purpose?
No, he's a freight train. He should be going kind of slow.
Okay. He's really moving slow.
No, I've got him set at a slow speed.
Gotcha. Okay. Chocolate helps you, huh? Oh, that's scary.
I think she would get a chocolate buzz.
Probably.
Joyce has just got the...
But there's a lot of things. I'm back to work in 2 weeks, and there's a lot going on with that. I have 30 on my list right now. And we went to Copenhagen. That's what that shirt is about. So it's a souvenir T-shirt. It was established in 1167 is the connection.
Well, I think it was around before then, but...
Well, what's it say underneath?
Original apparel. So that's when the T-shirt company was founded.
Oh. I'm sure that's it.
Special cities that we visit, we buy the T-shirt.
Chocolate colored powder and plaster. That's great. Yes, I am retiring at the end of this year. And our principal has a note on one of the newer kids. Fought, overruled by board, still contesting. I'm like, what's this kid gonna be like? I'll talk to her next time I see her.
So Ian says, just
you're Danish. Okay, cool.
Another Dane.
Another Dane, yeah.
Jean Ricard could wake up and pop in and
say hey,
and say hello. We've got a few Danes that are friends of this channel.
Yeah, we do have. We have friends that are Danish.
Yeah, we visited. We spent 3 days, 3.5 days in Copenhagen last year.
Yeah, the previous summer.
Yeah, not this past summer.
And enjoyed it quite a bit. We felt like we probably should have been there longer and seen more, but it was.
We definitely wanted to do more.
Enjoyed what we saw. About time too. For what?
Oh, to retire?
Oh, to retire? Yeah. Yeah, I have 34.86 years. And you can retire at 35. I have a meeting. I am going to ask him. This year's too bad. Could I bail in December or something? Said I'm out. It's not really like what I want to do, though. If I start a year, I want to finish a year.
Yeah.
Another day and another Corona. Sorry, Euro. 3 months to go to retirement.
Well, Corona is the Danish money.
Yeah, gotcha. So I don't think so. I think it's a full. I think I'll be there through. I'll retire on May 31st.
Oh no, you
Had a
technically
day
retire.
trip to the coast. The chips were a tragedy. Oh, I've had some bad fish and chips. Y'all tell me. Yeah, Chrome. We know what you're talking about.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, the
Yeah.
Danes do not use the euro.
Yeah.
Their votes are always about 52-48 to stay with their money.
So they're really
Same thing
close.
with the Norwegians. The Norwegians are only kind of like half in the Schengen zone. But no, we spent about 9 or 10 days in Denmark last summer. Not this past summer, but last summer. We lived in the town of Abeltoft, which is about an hour east of Aarhus.
Right, with our friend John.
Our friend John lives in Abeltoft. He had a house. We stayed in his house. And we got to go see a lot of things. Our favorite, you just missed it. The other day, Joyce was wearing her skiing shirt. We went up to Skyen, and oh, that was awesome. That was the coolest.
Yeah,
one of the highlights of the whole trip in Europe last
just
year.
Looking at the water, walking in the water. You know, there was a lot going on.
Skyen and
We had
Skyen.
fish and chips last night.
Yeah, but where the Kattegat meets the Skagerrak, and just clash each other.
You
And
said the frigate? Newland? Or you know what that is.
yes, the frigate Julen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, we saw the frigate. Yep, in Abeltoft. Abeltoft is a pretty little Danish town.
A diesel engine
Very
on
cool.
Czech Class. These people got it reversed.
Yep, Abeltoft.
Yeah, I
yep,
think
with
you're
the old
right,
English
Andy.
AE.
Yeah, that's right, John.
Jan.
Jan, yeah.
So we went up to
We enjoyed the little museum of Abeltoft.
the little city museum in
They had
Abeltoft
a
is very
cool,
cool.
they really had some
Very cool little museum.
features to
Displays,
it. Yeah.
the little history displays were very cool. Very cleverly designed.
Yeah, the light one, that was really cool. But then also they had their jail cells in the bottom that were really neat.
The jails in the old town hall.
Yeah, the stories in there are so good. You cut wood with a handsaw. Oh.
How did mixed end up in the comment? Fish and chips. Hey, Sir Ray of Ray Central. How are you?
I don't know. You know, that was sort of a questionable too, but yeah, methanol and glycinol in it.
Well, mixed. You know, mixing them together as one thing, and then
sure.
I guess I could.
We weren't too worried about it, but.
But yeah, we.
Yeah, that's true, Tom.
We enjoyed riding the Helix at Brender's.
Yeah. Well, we went over twice now.
But we did the Djursland Train and Tram Museum.
Yeah.
Djursland. And then we did the other tram museum on the island of Odense, or was it the other island? I forget which one it was. We did that.
I don't remember that.
The train and tram museum.
We did. We went to a couple of them.
Right. Well, we went to the train museum in Djursland. I mean, that's not the name of the town. It's the Djursland Train Museum.
Oh, that's where you bought your loco.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Now I'm with you.
And then there was the tram and bus museum.
You were on an island?
Half of Denmark is an island.
Indeed. That's the only thing I'm questioning.
Actually, technically, 2/3 of Denmark is an island because that upper bit, when you cross that thing, I think it's at Arlberg and go up north, that river extends all the way across. And so technically that area used to be an island.
Yeah, that
little upper northern section is an island. But then you have the big islands of Odense and the one Copenhagen's on Odense, and the other one. Now I'm going to have to go to Google because my geography.
This year we went to the island of Rune.
Rune. Rune.
There's a video coming up with me trying to say that.
Rumor.
And yeah, and Anthony went swimming there, and I just waded in.
I got in the way of all the windsurfers.
Yeah, there were a lot of surfers there. Yeah, that's exactly right. We know how to even spell it. We just don't know how to say it. Anthony does very well. We don't. Nearly had your chips already. So,
No, I had good fish and chips in Australia, and I had fish and chips 3 times in the UK, twice very good. Once the fish was okay, the chips not so good.
And I don't know.
Unlike Germany, where I've never gone to Germany and said, "Oh, these fries suck."
Yeah, I agree.
I've yet to hit a place in Germany.
They're not greasy in Germany though.
They're good. French fries are good in Germany.
Hands look like KFC. Wow. Oh, and that's an option on Sunday.
It is.
They had a burger.
Yeah.
It's expensive. That's what I said.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to go to my Google Maps.
It's bothering them.
It's gonna drive me crazy. No, I don't need to set Chrome as my official browser. There's a reason you're
right, Chris. We understand that. And
what?
He said Denmark is Schleswig-Holstein. Really, that's where his dad was from. As I know, it's changed
hands many times.
Hands many times, and yeah, we were in Schleswig-Holstein when we went back up to Denmark.
Make
so,
Chrome your regular browser. Make Chrome your regular browser. Make Chrome your.
I know. I won't let it either.
I don't need it. That's Chrome.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, the town of Odense on the island of Fyn.
Okay.
So down in here, you know, when we left, we ferried across here.
Right.
So that's Sjælland. Sjælland is the big island. We ferried from Abeltoft to here, and then down in here was the down in here was
that's where
museum.
We did it on the way to Copenhagen.
There's Roskilde.
Okay, I remember that.
Roskilde, which we went to.
Yeah, that was after
on
we
to Copenhagen, and then we went up to Helsingør.
Right.
And saw the Hamlet Castle.
And we said hello to
Sweden.
Yeah.
We waved over to Sweden. And our phone said we were in Sweden and welcomed us to Sweden.
Yes, it did. Verizon, welcome to Sweden. Okay, we're across the river. We're still in Denmark, but oh well. Don't consider a meat pie from a bakery
as takeaway.
Oh, okay. We did that. Already got a meat pie from a bakery he knew and liked.
Yeah, Wormsgard. Yeah, Wormsgard.
I thought it was pretty good.
Right. So the Djursland Train Museum was where I bought the Loco, and we had a good time. And then, we went to the train and the tram and streetcar museum, which was on the island of Zealand, as we say, or in Danish, Sjælland.
Yeah, Jean.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading.
Agreed with you. So, okay. Yep.
Yeah,
I got it all back together again, John.
We did I
got lost for a minute.
We didn't mention the one place we loved that we went to, the Mosgard Museum.
Oh, that was such a cool museum.
The Mosgard Museum.
Oh, we loved it.
That was awesome.
I will tell you, I had the flyer in one of my jackets, and I wore it in the spring and pulled the flyer out and just had to smile. That was such a good memory. She hadn't worn the jacket
since we had visited there.
Yeah, because I
and
wear
this
it in
was
the fall.
and then
it was this spring, from the previous summer to spring.
Yeah, from the previous spring to this summer, you grabbed the jacket and that
was so cool. Yeah. Oh well. Midge read it the first time. Midge is a train, right? Mostly, I think.
Midge can be a nickname for a person, but you also have midge is a type of like gnat.
Yeah, I was thinking the gnats, but Sweden's the home of those gnats. New Zealand is a ways away. It most certainly is.
Well, Zealand
very long
and New
way.
Zealand are a ways away. Zealand is closer, but just as hard to get to from here.
We've had a couple in up der Tauber. What's the beginning of that?
Rothenburg.
Yeah. And they were from Australia, and they said they flew over the poles, and it was much faster. But I still don't really see how that's faster. You just still have to go completely around to the other hemisphere.
They were nouveau riche.
Yeah,
Australian.
they sure were.
They were money people.
They were. They were. Well, peons.
South Sweden, home of the Midge. There you go. But yeah, so we had a great time in Denmark.
Yes, we did. All right. Take care, Jan. Jan? Glad.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping in,
Glad you
visiting.
came
Hopefully
in, yeah.
you'll come back. We're here every Friday, same time.
Same time, yep.
Haven't missed the live stream
It's
in
quicker over the
6
poles
years.
time zone wise. But is it quicker on the plane time?
No, it's not any quicker time zone wise because you're still changing that many time zones.
Are you?
Yeah, because
I mean, doesn't like Eastern time zone go?
no.
way
If you're
down?
flying over this way, if the flight takes 8 hours and you're crossing 4 time zones, it's still going to feel either, depending on which way you're going, 4 hour or 12 hours difference.
Huh. Okay, already.
So even if you go over the pole, you still changed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Yeah, okay.
time zones.
I don't think it just matters. I think it's
So
just
the
how
question
long you're
is,
in
they said the flight
how
was
long you're in the
faster
boat.
over the poles,
Mm-hmm.
which would make sense from where they flew from, not Australia. They didn't
Right.
fly from Australia. They had flown somewhere else, like Japan or something like that, and then flew to Germany and went
Gotcha.
over the pole that way, and it was a faster
I easily
trip.
could have missed that. Detail. Good afternoon.
Oh yeah, we do that.
Lunch before lunch, drive to Toronto on the same day. Oh yeah, going east is always fun.
We leave at breakfast.
Well, technically to west.
We
but-
leave after breakfast and arrive right after lunch when we fly home from Germany.
Yeah. Hi, March West.
Hey, Sir Andy,
What'd you
welcome
say?
back.
Andy, I knew that. In the Isle of Wight, it's still 1958.
Every summer we
Beautiful.
can rent the cottage on the Isle of Wight. If it's not too dear, we shall scrimp and say. When I'm 64. Grandchildren on your knee.
Wow, 40 likes. I think we can do
Yeah,
better than that
choke
with
and
33 people
da- da-
watching.
da-
Hit
da-
that
da-
like
da.
button, y'all. It's
Yeah.
quirky and you love it. You still need to visit Smallbrook Junction and the steam railway. Okay.
Well, Isle of Wight would be cool to visit, and of course, old YouTuber.
Okay, over the pole I go, Artie. Hi, John Train.
Hey, welcome, John Train, the big friend, giant railroad, big friendly giant railroad,
Giant railroad.
BFGR.
Yeah,
Sorry, got
probably.
tongue-tied in the middle of that.
Uh,
So right after the live stream, we are heading to get a new trowel.
I think so.
And was there something else we were going to get? Oh, new
Oh, no worries, Artie. It's awfully early where you are.
spacers.
Maybe some different spacers than what we got.
Different
Yeah.
spacers.
We'll see. Look like they're going to be more troublesome than they should be. Maybe the last 10 minutes. Great. Hey, Andy. Glad you're here.
Yeah, we have done trips where we have flown very north, where we've gone over the middle of Greenland and then
Right.
swooped down
Mm-hmm.
to Amsterdam or Paris. And we've done where we've been more straight across, where the first land we really see might be Iceland and then
Cool.
England.
Going
and
to
then
Poland. That would be neat.
Yeah, it doesn't quite hit me.
Harvey
You're
has
heading
3 bags of
heading to
spacers.
Poland on Thursday. Well, cool.
That sounds like a fun trip. We met some Polish people. In England, actually. No,
Yeah.
in Wales. We were in
Right.
the lower one,
Cardiff.
Cardiff. I was so close there. Gave her a Band-Aid because she had a splinter.
Yep.
She encouraged us to go to Poland. It was so pretty.
Well, you look at Mark from Model
Sean
Railway
woke up
Fantasia.
when you spoke of Denmark. Yeah. Ordered the train.
You woke up when we spoke to Denmark. Well, I figured you would.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah.
No, it's like all countries. It's beautiful. And
Oh, yeah, it is.
unlike a lot of beautiful countries, it's peaceful and easy to, you're not worried about the darker things that can happen. All countries have their beautiful points. Now, mind you, I mean, I'm sure Egypt and Greece and those places can be beautiful. They're just not on my
List
my
of
bucket
places to
list.
go. Yeah, which is
Yeah.
all right.
Hey, would it be cool to see the pyramids? Yes, of course.
Right.
It just, of all the things
That's
I'm
what-
into, it's,
My oldest sister, that's her next trip.
I just, yeah, I know. They're going to Egypt to see the
Mhm.
pyramids, which is fine. They were in Greece last year.
All
Those would
right,
be two-
Randall, you take care.
All right, Randall. Good on you. Take care. I just, all the places I want to go, there are some other places I want to go to that are more important to me than the Fertile Crescent or the
And that's all right, too.
land of antiquities.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh, the
after
ship
having
sank.
taught
And the
Babylonian,
panels in the organ
after
survived.
having
That's cool.
taught Babylonian, Akkadian,
Right.
and Sumerian mythology,
Yeah.
it would be kind of cool to go to some of the places like
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap! I mean, besides Babylon itself, what is the one town that?
Hey, going to Northern Ireland. That's neat. It's on his bucket list, Simon.
Yeah, we would like to get to Ireland. I think on one of our trips.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Mhm. Oh, I know, Artie. You really have spoken highly of your trips to Japan.
I don't have any meaning to go to
so
Asia.
That's okay. No,
Yeah, it's okay.
Don't need to apologize.
It's
for
great
anything.
it's great for people like it. I have so many years left where I think I can truly travel and travel the way I like to
We're gonna
travel.
travel as long as we
And then
can.
but there's going to come a point where those jaunty little hikes in the mountains are going to be replaced by a tour bus with a bunch of Nimrods from Oklahoma or
Yeah,
something.
right. All of us with our walkers. Yeah.
And I'd like to do Scandinavia.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'd like to do it not as part of a cruise,
Right.
but that's how we have to do it. That's how we do it. But there's got to be a way we can, with ferries and that we can bounce
Yeah.
from, I want to hit the Arctic Circle in Norway and then go down to Oslo, over to Malmo and Stockholm in
Nice,
Sweden,
Artie.
Gothenburg, up Gothenburg in
Mhm.
Sweden, and then
Yeah.
come down around and hit the
I know.
Christmas Village in Finland at the Arctic Circle, and then down to Helsinki.
Yeah, it feels like you
that's
might
that's my
wanna find a
Northern
boat for that.
Scandinavia trip.
We're going to be taking a lot of ferries, I guess. Your traveling days are over. I'm very sorry to hear that. And not everybody likes to travel too, which is also fine. I personally really love it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mick,
You
your
were the
time there
seventies.
was not a good time to be there,
Yeah, no kidding.
especially
and Tom.
if you were there for military reasons.
Right. Huh.
Yeah, we're only 20, about 40 miles from Hill, right? Joyce, we're only 40
Mhm.
miles from Hill, about
Right.
Yeah, we're only 40 miles from
We
hell.
can take you there next time you come, Artie.
Yeah, we can take you to hell, Artie.
That's a good trip.
We'll give you hell. We'll drop you off in hell and let you
I'm
stay.
pretty sure you can buy a T-shirt. So,
if you come in the summer, especially
I
July,
wear
August,
interesting trainer
we'll
trainers,
let you
man.
burn in hell. Or if you come again in January, you might be able to throw a snowball in hell.
Yeah. Dude, we toured Egypt 40 years ago. 130 pounds. Wow.
Wow, that's definitely a different expense.
Sure is. Yeah,
No, I just have too
Northern
many
Ireland
places.
was not a good time.
I
in
still
the
have
70s.
specific tours in France I want to do. Some places in Germany I still want to hit. I've got places in Belgium and the Netherlands I want to hit.
So what's in Tucumcari, New Mexico, Andy? It's on your bucket list.
I've got so many things. And then, Joyce sees a picture of a place that can we go there? And it's like, oh yeah, that's in northern Italy. And then, oh, well, let's do Italy while we're at it. I just like going to Germany because I can speak a foreign language there and feel a little less touristy. The minute I go into countries where I don't speak the language, I feel...
Weren't redacted, did redacted, and college redacted. Ah.
I'm a tourist.
One of those, huh? Take a ferry from Norway to the
Faroe Islands and then to Iceland. That would be a great... Yeah, it would be.
I would guess so.
Iceland would also be a cool place to visit.
I don't know that I have enough clothes for Iceland. I could put on at one time.
We'll get you an Eskimo
You've been to Canada in
seal
winter.
skin out.
First depends on where you were in Canada to see how impressed we were by it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Except for a few dollars more, it wasn't really filmed there.
Oh.
They made it look like that, but it was filmed in Italy. No, I have not been through France, but I've met people from France in many places.
We have.
Now, Parisians, and the stereotype might be true, it might not be, but Parisians are supposedly kind of standoffish. But we were told that Londoners were rude and standoffish.
Wow, how does that happen, Chris? Spain is a cop-out. Okay. Yeah, I understand that.
But when we went to London, everybody we met in London were wonderful and helpful, friendly
Probably
people.
not either.
Despite the stereotype.
Oh, yeah.
Now, of course, we got up to the north, the Liverpool area, and those people were even friendlier.
Oh, they sure were. Yeah. Yeah, we had no problems in London. I mean, there were a lot of people who would not make eye contact with you, but, they were just going about their day, and we didn't worry about them, But anybody we had to talk to was wonderful.
People that didn't have to talk to us, that we just went up to them and asked questions,
right.
And they were just, quite,
Yeah. Quite helpful.
But, you hear that the Parisians can be very standoffish and put-offish. And it's not that they're necessarily anti-American, because, there's a lot of people say, oh, all the foreigners hate us. No, they might dislike our government now and then.
Right.
But, we had worries going to Germany this year. And yet everybody we ran into Germany was very friendly with us. Because we didn't act like idiots.
Well, that's very true, too. But Anthony would apologize. If people asked where we were from, he immediately apologized.
No.
Anyway, we were being political, so let's not go there.
But no, it's we have, when we travel, we see the ugly Americans too often.
Oh, we do. We do.
Who go over there and act like idiots, expecting the world to cater to them because they're American.
Right.
If you go over there with the idea of experiencing their world, and accepting that their world is different than what you know from home.
Yeah, well,
They're
people
wonderful.
are mad because they don't speak English.
Yeah, getting mad because you're in Germany and they don't.
You are the foreigner here, dummy. You're the one who's speaking the language.
How can you run a shop and not have somebody that speaks English here?
That was
because
so annoying.
They're in Germany and they're Germans and it's their shop.
Yeah. So, sorry. The official line in Wales is if you want to be a Welsh, you're Welsh. Don't be a twonk.
I mean, that's true anywhere.
Oh, no, that's not true everywhere. That's nice to hear Wales is like that. There are a lot of places that don't really want you to stay.
Yeah. You're welcome here as long as you don't stay here.
Yeah, that's good, Spence.
Hey, Spence too much.
I really think, well, you know, pretty much everywhere we go, we really run into a lot.
Yeah, and that's what we would
expect.
expect.
More people than not.
We would expect that the stereotypes of Parisians are not necessarily true, because the people who promote those stereotypes, like there's a couple of people online who went to Germany within the last year and came back and posted videos on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere and complained about how they were treated. But what they don't show you is how they acted.
Oh, Artie, you charmed the people in Innsbruck, which was good.
Yeah, well, that's how we avoided being
right.
stuck in the rain waiting for a taxi on Hohenzollern.
Oh, indeed.
I'm friendly. I go in. When I go to a museum, anybody who's with me, anybody who's traveled with me will tell you how polite I am and friendly I am to the workers in the restaurants, to the workers in the stores, to the people that work in the museums.
There's no reason to be any other way.
Because there's no reason not to be.
Yeah.
And understanding that person
make somebody else's job easier, we'll do it.
Yeah. So, and to show interest in, and you show a little passion, like I said. And Joyce will actually talk about one of her videos going up this week because she's had a little pause where she hasn't been able to do her videos.
We've
and she's
been
got
busy.
3 more to go up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we those 2 ladies
I
from
started
the
Kiel and then got lunch on it.
those 2 ladies from the Hohenzollern Museum. They They gave us a ride all the way out of their way to this other town that they weren't going to the train station in that town.
Mm-hmm.
And Joyce swears it's because I was so nice and friendly to them up in the castle. I just think
that connection was important. And because they recognized us, it made us safer.
Yeah.
In a way. That they knew who we were and so on.
Yep.
Anyway,
it is that time.
6:05.
It is that time.
Looking at the time people are posting, going,
now is cock it.
Yeah, it does help that he speaks German. It helps a lot.
It helps, but you can speak English and be polite.
Oh, sure. And we've been in countries we don't speak the language, like Denmark. And
still find a way to be polite.
We try to communicate and are very polite with it. Yeah.
But it's just we try to be nice to people. We treat all people fairly well. But some Americans, and sadly, I mean, I've seen other nationalities that can be
of course
bad too.
Yeah.
But we've
you don't have it on here, do you? No.
And then the last guy will slowly come to a stop. But it doesn't cost you anything to be nice.
The finger knows the international languages. Well, some
people have their own.
The fingers do not speak the same language either.
All the time either.
Yeah, all the time.
Well, anyhow.
Yeah.
So we
what a way to end, right?
We yacked a lot of housing, but I'm sorry, that's what I've been doing the last 2 weeks.
What's on our head.
Home renovation. I can't talk about what have you done the last 2 weeks. Let's talk about bathroom.
I think the end could be near, really.
The end is near. The end is near. The end is near.
Some of I think once we get
I should be done.
With what you're doing
jinxing myself.
By next Friday, I would think.
Oh no, this project should be done Sunday.
Well, that's what I think too.
This project should be done Sunday, and then
got
how long for the grout to
set.
Sealer
we
to
may
set.
need to put a sealer on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you should put a sealer on the grout anyhow.
Yeah. Okay.
Not everybody does.
We haven't picked that up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go
have a caulking good time.
Have a caulking good time,
Andy.
Well, I put my caulk in many places. You just got to put the caulk in the crack,
buddy.
What? I'm talking home remodeling.
Sure you are. All right.
You just
So-
put the caulk in the crack. What? Why don't you go put in a couple of tiles and quit giving me grief? Go get a tile cutter and cut some tiles. Anyhow, on that note, we want to thank all of you who came to visit today. The door is swinging open as everybody's fleeing. The tabs have been passed out apparently.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye, 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 bye. But thank you for joining us. Next week, I'm going to be running hopefully going to be running a few, including one train I ran today, but I'm going to run the Orient Express with the new Loco.
Mhm.
And I'm just going to run a lot of classic high-speed express trains. It's going to be sort of a Steamer Palooza preview.
There you go.
Because Steamer Palooza is going to be Oktoberfest, so it's going to be all of the Oktoberfest
Right.
beer wagons with steam cars.
When is that? Mid-September?
Yeah, mid-September. Oktoberfest starts.
Mm-hmm.
But it starts in September. Why do they call it Oktoberfest? Anyhow, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm stuck with putting caulk in cracks, and it's all gone downhill from there. And it just always goes downhill. You're a bad influence on me. All right. Long delayed. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Bring a friend. Bring a family.
Yeah.
Bring your priest.
Right.
Bring your holy one.
Yeah.
Until then, we'll say Auf Wiedersehen.
Cheers.
And happy trains. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. And